YouTube, what's up? And welcome to the start of a new playlist here on the channel, where we are going to attempt to take various Pokemon through Purity Forest, by far and away the most challenging, yet the most rewarding dungeon to clear in all of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. Today, we're going to be attempting this challenge with Squirtle, as that is the Pokemon that we use throughout the main story playthrough of this game. So let's go ahead and jump into the forest and see what this tiny blue turtle can do. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time in the intro explaining all the ins and outs of the forest, as it does take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to get through this place, so we're going to have plenty of time to talk about everything. But first, we have to agree to these 3 rules here. The first of which being that no matter what Pokemon you bring into the forest, they always get reset back to level 1. And in addition to that, you cannot bring any items or any money in here with you to make it even easier. So, this is like max difficulty right here. But let's go ahead and do like a stat check real quick on Squirtle and see what bro's starting with before we even get going. Okay, so those are really bad offensive and defensive stats, but again, that's because Squirtle is a starter Pokemon, and they kind of expect you to start this game at level 5, right, if you're doing a main story playthrough. So until we get to level 5, it's probably going to be a struggle, but the good news is we only need 10 experience points to get to level 2, so we can probably do that with the first Pokemon we take out. Now, in terms of an ability, of course, Squirtle is going to have Torrent to boost those water attacks. The question is, do I even have a water attack? And the answer is no. I only have Tackle. Okay. So we're probably going to have to get up to level 5 before we learn something like Bubble. But let's go ahead and see what we can do here with Tackle. We found a Troll Orb, which is actually a pretty good one, and some grimy food. That's a decent start to floor 1. Let's see if we can actually take out this Pidgey. Don't go for Tackle. Oh, I lived is crazy. Okay. We take out Pidgey and we hit level 2. Perfect. Yes, I leveled up. HP goes up by 3, physical attack 2, Phys Def by 2, and probably the same for special attack and Spidef. Okay, so 2s across the board. We're still alive, but we're very low on HP. Now for the next level, we only need 8 more experience. So again, it was 10 points for level 1 and also 10 points for level 2. We just went a little bit over, that's why. 12 experience down, 8 to go for next level. But we are a little bit bulkier. All we gotta do though is avoid Bellsprouts, because I'm pretty sure Bellsprout has Vine Whip in the beginning, and obviously being a water type, we're gonna get smoked by a Vine Whip. Let's go ahead and look around the floor for a little bit, just trying to find some items here. That's a very good one, an apple. And let's go check out the top right here. I'll explain more about the dungeon, you know, once we get an actual run going, but it's gonna be a little difficult until we can get a couple KOs here. Alright, we absolutely smoked Cleffa in 1 hit and hit level 3. Not bad. And we get 2 HP, 1 attack. Okay, so 1 in the offenses and 2 in both defenses. Now what do we need to get to level 4? 16 experience points, that's also pretty quick. But it's a little bit more than a Cleffa. I think Cleffa only gives 12, yeah. So now we're only 4 experience points off, so the next thing we find in KO will get us to... Okay, it's a Pidgey. At least now we can actually take a hit. We're actually strong enough to Oko Pidgey. Perfect. And we learn Tail Whip. Not ideal. I'd rather have Bubble, but it is what it is. Alright, 3 HP, 2 attack, 2 defense, 2 special attack, and 2 special defense. Okay, now we're getting some stats. That's because we're almost at level 5. And to get there, we only need 12 more experience points, so... If I find another Pokemon by the time we get back to the stairs, we will actually hit level 5 on floor 1. Which is pretty clutch. And now I'm not as worried about Bellsprout as I was before. I think, yeah, that just loops back. Okay, so that is everything on the floor. Let's just go ahead and move on to floor 2, but pretty good start, actually. If we look at the items here. We got 2 food items plus a Troll Orb, which will come into play later. I'm not going to use it yet. But if you've seen the main playthrough or you're familiar with this, you know, you probably have an idea of what the Troll Orb does. It basically takes all of the items on the floor and brings them right to your position. So we'll save that for later. Roar is a decent TM, but I don't even think Squirtle can learn it, huh? I can't even learn Roar, so we'll hold on to that for a little bit as long as I have space in the bag and we can sell it to Kecleon when he decides to show up. That is kind of the opposite of what I'm looking for. I know I've talked about it in the past, but Frustration is the best TM in the game in terms of Purity Forest because it does a set amount of damage of 45. And actually, Caterpie, I think, gives the worst experience in this whole dungeon, so I'm not even going to waste a tackle on bro. We're just gonna tail whip it. But, geez, I almost lose a 1v1 to a Caterpie is crazy. I guess I should have just tackled it in hindsight, but, Cleffa, get out of here. This should, yeah, I was gonna say, this should put me at level 5. Alright, now we finally have starting level stats. So 2 HP, 1 attack, 2 defense, 1 special attack, and 2 SpDef. So now we got 30 HP, and 11 in the defenses, and basically 9 or 8 in the offenses. And we're 69 experience points down, you know, total throughout the journey thus far. And now it's 51 points just to get from level 5 to level 6. But at least we have some stats on us now. And actually that looks like the entire floor layout. Okay, so it's time to head back to the stairs. But Return is funny because it's the complete opposite of what we want to find in Frustration, which is by far and away the best attack in the dungeon. Because no matter how many levels you grow and stuff, your happiness still is always at the lowest amount, meaning that Frustration always does a set 45 damage. I'm actually kind of curious though, how bad is Return? Because the thing about, I could teach this to Squirtle right now and at least tag enemies for experience. Because as long as you hit them with an attack, you get like double the experience points. Even though it's not going to do much damage, but I also kind of want to hold on to it to sell, you know, when we do find Kecleon. I'm going to go ahead and burn another Tail Whip here. Damn, it actually does like either 3 or 4 HP with a tackle. That's kind of a lot of damage considering I'm level 5. But Caterpie is extremely annoying because as you can see there, he only gives 9 experience points. It's pathetic. So even though I do want to teach Return, I'm not going to do it until basically I run out of tackles and then have like no other way to dish out damage. But we still have 15 tackles. And you know, unless I find a max elixir, then I'd probably just hold on to Return to sell it. But that would have been pretty sweet if I could have found Frustration that quickly. Oh, Execute. Execute gives the best amount of experience at this point in the dungeon with 45 experience points as long as you hit it with an attack. And we only need 18 to get to level 6. So we'll smoke this thing with a tackle, and just like that, level 6. Not bad, not bad. By the way, I just realized I still haven't learned Bubble. I thought I would get that by level 5, but... Anyway, we get 3 in HP and then 2s across the board and everything else. That's pretty good. And Squirtle, of course, can walk over water, right? We all know that from the main playthrough. But that is clutch. Oh, there's a lot of items in this room. Perfect, perfect. We have a lot of food right now. But we all know about Squirtle being able to walk over water. All water types can do that in this game. So but that will be pretty clutch in this case, because in this dungeon there'll be some instances where I'm too weak to even fight Pokemon and I'll just have to run away. And being able to cross over water, you know, if the enemies you're fighting can't do it, then you can get away from them that way. Okay, there's no other room up there, so I think this is actually it for floor 3. It's not bad though. We got a lot of food on us. And how much more experience to level 7? Okay, 91 more. That's actually not that much. Basically 2 executes will get me all the way there. But it's a Puff and a Pidgey, unfortunately. Still a decent amount of experience points though. We'll take it, we'll take it. Alright. I don't know how much the Return TM sells for with Kecleon, but if I find Kecleon within the first, you know, 10 floors or so, I will sell both. Well, of course I'm going to sell Roar because I can't even learn that, but I really don't want to have to resort to using Return. Because I think it only does like 5 damage, actually. But speaking of, I'm also not wasting a tackle on this guy. And see, now we're high enough level where he only does 1 damage with tackle. Before he was doing like between 3 and 4. And is this enough? Oh, I bet you I'm like less than 10 experience points off. Yeah, 9 more. So actually, that's a perfect amount because if we do find Caterpie, but we find Poochyena instead. Poochyena and Rattata start to show up at this point, but both of them are very annoying because their abilities are run away. So once you get them to low HP, they just take off and you have to chase after them. And there it is. We finally learned Bubble. Okay. So I don't have to rely on Return now, which is good because I did not want to do that. Alright, how about to level 8? 109 experience points to get to level 8. These are finally like decent looking stats for this point of the dungeon, so I'll take it. And Bubble is kind of cool because it does have range on it. I'm not going to use it here on Execute because we can OHKO it with Tackle. But as you'll see the range, it says straight line. So if there was something threatening me from a distance, I could just, I could hit it from deep with a Bubble. So that is pretty good. I think this is a dead end, huh? That was a waste. By the way, I haven't looked at my my hunger stat yet. I know I talked about that through the main playthrough, but I haven't touched on it yet in Purity Forest. But you basically start with a belly stat there, as you can see on the screen, of 100 out of 100. But as you walk around, it slowly goes down. And you have to restore that hunger stat basically with either grimy food or apples. Or else you will starve to death essentially in this game. So it's clutch that we found so many, you know, different food spawns already. And I gotta remember when I get to the stairs to go ahead and eat the grimy food before I move on to the next floor here. Because grimy food does inflict you with a status condition, so you don't really want to eat it when you first spawn into a room because you don't know where the stairs are. And there's definitely been cases where if you get poisoned and you don't find the stairs in time, you know, you'll get KO'd as you walk around and take poison damage. So it's best to eat grimy food when you're right next to the stairs, just in case. And grimy food refills you by 30. So we'll go from 21 back to 51 in the belly. And honestly, I'm probably going to eat them both. So I did get poisoned, which would normally be annoying, but I'm right next to the stairs, so it don't matter. And then we'll go ahead and eat the other grimy food, and I get immobilized with paralysis, but for some reason you can still walk around in this game. Alright, what is this? A quick seed? I will take that. Ah, one of my apples got hit with an invisible sticky trap. That sucks because any sticky item will be indicated with this yellow and orange X, and that means you cannot use the item. So that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. Rattata hits me with Tail Whip, which is kind of annoying. I need to OHKO it with Bubble. Actually, it normally would be annoying, but there's a Wonder Tile right here to reset that. But, you know, in this dungeon, when you're low level like this, anytime you get your stats lowered, it's actually, like, really, really bad. Because then the Pokemon can, like, two-shot you with Tackle after a Tail Whip. A Citrus Berry is kind of cool. There is 2 different ways in this game to permanently increase your HP. And that is with a Citrus Berry and a Life Seed. Now the Life Seed you can consume at any point. Basically you don't have to be at full health. And you get a permanent +3 HP increase. But the Citrus Berry is a little bit trickier because you have to eat it when you are at full HP, which I am right now. But instead of getting a +3, you get a permanent +2. But it's still good, I'll take it, and we'll go up to 37 HP. Because that is a pretty low HP stat, so, you know, any boost I can get, I'll take it. Here's the first hold item of the game, which is a Warp Scarf. It's actually not bad. I will take that. I'm not going to wear it, though, because if you're wearing the Warp Scarf, every couple steps you take, you just warp to a random spot on the floor. So it's more so used to get you out of a pickle. Illuminous, that's one of the better orbs in the game, actually. Is there a room over here? There is. There's no items in it. Alright, this is the last room on the floor. I'm going to go ahead and take out this Nidoran with a Bubble because both the Nidorans in this game have poison. Well, the whole family line has Poison Point as the ability. So if I hit it with a Tackle, I might get poisoned. And I really don't want to deal with that. Alright, some good stat gains right here. We'll take it. And there's a Chesto Berry too, which is good for blocking sleep. Although it doesn't really come into play till later in the dungeon. And we'll talk about that more. What was I looking at? I want to look at the stats. Okay, wow, so that's a big jump in experience. So, the first 7 levels was a combined 400 experience points, and now just to go from level 8 to level 9, we need almost 500. But, I mean, you can't complain, because we just got 7 levels for free, right, basically. I almost stepped on that sticky trap again, that was dumb. But Execute helps. Execute is a funny Pokemon, by the way, in this dungeon, because it only knows 1 attack in Hypnosis. Okay, here it comes again. So really, like, I could tag Execute with a Tail Whip, right, to make sure I get that 45 experience. But then I'm going to get hit with Hypnosis, and it's just kind of annoying because it takes a couple turns. Let's move on here to floor 6, and we finally find Brother Kecleon. What are you selling, man? Shockwave is hilarious. I'm not an electric type. Can't learn it. Trap Bust, a Sneak Scarf, another Trap Bust. I will take these Gravel Rocks. Sleep Seed, I mean, I could throw this at enemies to put them to sleep. So I'll take those, and I'll also take these Iron Thorns as well. Let's go ahead and make a deal and sell him. I'm going to sell him Return first, because I'm curious how much it sells for. He only gives me 1k. Okay. And I gotta give him 130 for those 3 items I took, but definitely worth it. And I'm also gonna sell him Roar, of course. He only gives me 300 for Roar. It's pretty bad. Alright. Honestly, not bad though. We have 5 thorns, 9 sticks, and 4 gravel rocks. So we'll go ahead and set the iron thorns for now, but throwables are really good in terms of dishing out a little bit of extra chip damage. And they hit from a distance too, so I don't have to rely on bubble. So this is a pretty good start. The only issue is I have not found a max elixir yet, which is absolutely concerning. Considering I don't have that much PP left for my attacks. Let's go ahead and throw a thorn at this guy. It does 21 damage, which is crazy. To make sure I get the max experience, I need to go ahead and tag it with Tail Whip too. And then we'll just go ahead and take it out. So, you know, in terms of longevity, there is 2 items that you absolutely must find in order to win this challenge. Because again, I think I forgot to say it in the intro, but I know I've said it before. It's a 99 floor dungeon. So you have to survive for a long, long time. And looks like there's no other rooms here. So there's 2 very important items you need to find in terms of longevity, and that is any of the 3 food spawns, which are regular apples, big apples, and grimy food. Which I'm gonna go ahead and eat this other grimy food. Yeah, because I'm at 52 out of 100. So that's one half of it is finding food. The other half is finding max elixirs to refill your attacks, right? Because if you can't attack, you can't dish out damage. But it is kind of funny that the one hold item I found is a warp scarf. Because if we have to resort to that, I will. And we'll just warp around the floor until we find the stairs. And keep progressing until we can find a max elixir, but let's hope it doesn't come to that, because I don't like resorting to cheese strategies like that unless, you know, you absolutely have to. Whoa. This might be a legendary shop. He's got 2 TMs, 3 seeds, and 3 sets of goggles. Which, if one of those is the X-ray specs, I won't have enough money, but I might be able to sell stuff. Okay, return again. He's trolling right now. And roar. Bro just took the 2 TMs I sold him on the previous floor, and he showed up on this. Oh, he's got a reviver seed. Okay. I buy that. We definitely buy eye drop. What are these though? Whiff specs? No. Sticky X-ray specs? You're trolling, bro. And an insomnoscope for 1200. I do actually want that too, so I don't get put to sleep. He has a reviver seed, is crazy. I can afford the insomnoscope and all 3 of the seeds, which I'm gonna do. But before I do that, let me look around the floor and see what other items we can find, because then we can sell it to him. Okay, Togepi's a giga threat, though. Does that Oko? It does. Thankfully. What about Elixirs? Okay, it Oko's Elixirs, too. And Elixirs gives 55, so that's pretty good. But again, we had back-to-back floors with Kecleon shops and no elixirs. But he does have a reviver seed, which is huge, so I can't complain. And that looks like that is the whole floor layout. Okay, so let's go back to the shop here. Now the X-ray specs is obviously the best held item in the game, but they are sticky, so even if I buy them, I can't use the effect until I find a cleanse orb, which theoretically could never happen. So I'm going to buy the insomnoscope. I also do really like the eye drop seeds. They reveal all the hidden traps on the floor. And reviver, of course, is a must get. Now, is there anything I could sell him real quick? All 3 of these orbs are actually good, so I'm going to keep them all. Yeah, honestly, no. I kind of like all the items I have. Is 2650 enough cash? I'm pretty sure it is, right? It's more than enough, because 1200, 800... Yeah, I'm only spending, like 2200 or something. Yeah, 2120. Okay. That was pretty much all my cash, though, but, definitely worth it. Those were some really, really good items there. And now, I guess I could wear the insomnoscope. The only issue with wearing it is if I do step on a sticky trap, it can become sticky, and then I can't remove it for a different item. So really, you don't need the insomnoscope till, you know, the last 20 floors of the game when Parasect starts to show up, puts you to sleep. But this is a pretty good set of items. I also could have ripped the Troll Orb right there and stole everything from Kecleon. But doing that, like I still have to go pick up all the items even though they all come to me. And he might catch up to me at that point and He calls in the rest of his brothers, and they start to destroy you. Voltorb, okay, I don't take it out with Tackle, but that's alright, because we can hit it with one of these. Voltorb gives 42, it's a decent amount of experience. Kid found an Escape Orb, that's hilarious. Definitely don't need that. Oh, this thing is really, really bulky. I don't like fighting Clefairy. Let me see how much Bubble does, but I probably have to finish it off with a Throwable. You can Encore me all you want. I'm not going to attack again. Okay. Fill-in Orb, I don't remember what that does, but I feel like it's not that good. I don't know what to do here because I'm almost out of PP. I think I just do this to tag them for experience and then like KO them with throwables. I really need to find a max elixir. This is not good. Hopefully we find one before the Skarmory floors. I mean, obviously, but I mean, hopefully even before that. I just lost all my tail whips. However, that's okay. You know, I still keep the other two attacks that actually dish out damage, but that could have been bad if it was something else. Now, Skarmory gives the best experience at the beginning of the game. Oh, there's a link box right there too. That's so good. If only we had attacks to link. Oh no, I missed too. That's not good. Let me take it out with a bubble. All right, we hit level 9, which is good. I didn't learn a new attack though. Okay, decent stat get. Well, not really. It was like ones across the board. And we need 490 to get to level 10. Okay. It's a sticky link box and oh, well, I mean, I still have to take it with me. Swap it for the fill-in here. Makes water or magma turn into a solid tile floor. Yeah, I don't need that. So, Skarmory in the main story is like the first boss of the game. So when you take it out, also who's this? Spearow, get hit with a bubble. When you take out Skarmory, it gives a crazy amount of experience points because it's kind of tied to being the first boss. By the way, I only have one more Iron Thorn, so I'm gonna place this on the ground and pick up these 7 pebbles instead. And I'll set those with the hotkey. So Skarmory, when you take it out, as long as you tag it with a single attack... There's a rare candy right there. Okay, hold on. Let me finish what I'm trying to say about Skarmory. So Skarmory gives a base experience of 332 experience points, as long as you tag it with a move. But if you take it out with a link box, you get an addition, or 2 attacks that are linked together by using the link box. You get an additional 1.5x multiplier. Gives you 498, right? 332 times 1.5 is 498. So if I can link attacks together and take out Skarmory, well, not even take out, but as long as you tag it with a link combo, and then eventually when you take it out, you basically get 500 experience points, which is an insane amount. However, I can't use the link box because it is sticky, and I also cannot link attacks together because I haven't found an elixir. We basically have no more attacks. I'm going to go ahead and just wear the Insomnoscope, and then pick up this rare candy here. That's a great find, but again, not really going to help if I don't have attacks to dish out damage. So we really need to find an elixir. I do have a Troll Orb, so I mean I can always yoink stuff from Kecleon shop once we find the next one. I don't know how much HP you have, but I feel like you have less than 20. You don't. Okay. What? This thing has like over 30 HP? The Gravel Rock did 20 and my regular attack did 9, so that's 29 damage and Weedle was still kicking. Okay, this is going to be annoying. I hate Hoppip. We do 27 with Tackle. Oh, that's because I got a crit. That was huge damage. Now I could probably finish it off with a stick. Now we got to deal with the egg. This thing does get Oko moves when it wiggles its finger with Metronome, so it's very scary. I got to get rid of it with the bubble. Togepi has ended many runs when Picaspri is playing this game. He talks about it a lot. It's even happened to me. I do have a little bit of experience playing this. What do we got up here? A Hunger Seed. Actually, I control Skarmory with this too. Also, I do have a Blast Seed, which I'm saving for Skarm. I'm just going to go ahead and eat this Chesto Berry. Because I do have the Insomnoscope, so sleep isn't as much of an issue. Don't poison me, thank you. Alright. I only have one tackle and one bubble left, so we're pretty much at the point where we can't fight. But now I spawn next to this. I think... Do I just rip a Hail Mary Troll Orb? What is this? A Warp Seed? That's pretty good, too. I mean, I don't know if there's a Kecleon shop on this floor. But I'm getting kind of desperate, so I think I'm going to troll and hope that there's an elixir on the floor. I think there was a monster house on this floor. That's a crazy assortment of items. Okay, escape orbs we don't... Oh, I never got rid of the other one, did I? Yeah, let me just toss these escape orbs. I'm never going to use those. Those just get you out of the dungeon. I do want the radar orb. That's a crazy amount of coins. There had to be a monster house on this floor. And I do want this warp seed too, but I don't have any more space in the bag. I probably should use... Well, I'll use an eye drop next floor, but I still have to pick this up now. Could I go for belly size already? No, I can't, but I could use a regular apple. Get me back up closer to full. If it would have got me to full, I would have went ahead and used a couple big apples to increase my belly size. Please be a good TM. I really, really need another attack. Oh, this game is tormenting me right now. And now Ralts has decided to show up. I don't like Ralts. Go away. Good news is I can walk over water and Ralts can't, so we have escapability. There's another one too. Ralts like decides to yell at you for no reason, lowers your attack. There's a wonder tile, but it really doesn't matter because I don't have any more attacks anyway. Meryl I can deal with. Did I even check that seed? Yeah, I did. It was like a sleep seed, I think. Oh yeah, Meryl can walk over water, obviously. It's a water type. Take it out with a pebble. Alright, is there actually any items on this floor, though? Besides those two. Oh, no, it's just a hallway. Damn. Alright, let's fight this Meryl, too. Normally when you miss a toss like that and it goes in the water, you're kind of screwed and you can't pick up your item, but it's another benefit of being a water type. I think that was like a sleep seed, right? In the other room with the TM for Torment, so I'm not even interested in that. And we are quickly approaching Skarmory territory and do not have... There seems to be a lot of apples. I think I'm going to go for belly size, although I could also eye drop. Take this with me. Almost stepped on a poison trap right there. Eye drop reveals all of the traps on the floor, just not until you step in the room, though. Alright, we're going to have to slowly take out Meryl here. Great. Minoon has decided to show up as well. I do only have one use of bubble left, that's why I'm not going to use it yet until I'm desperate. But I can just keep throwing these rocks. Yes, we finally found the elixir. Okay. Do I use it now? Well, I might as well use up the last bubble real quick, but... Also, I don't really want to, like... Oh, and I found a monster house. Great. There could be a really good TM in there. Okay, hold on. We're going to have to do this. And I'm going to have to get some mileage here. Okay. I'm trying to throw items, but I guess I ran out of pebbles. That could be a very important TM up there, though. So let's see. I could take out Meryl with a blast seed. I mean, I need to save these for Skarmory, really, but... Let's go ahead and set the sticks. Get as much use as I can out of that. But I think because my attack is lowered, the sticks aren't going to do as much damage, because they do damage based on your attack. Alright, man. The whole horde of Meryls have shown up. I gotta back up a little bit. And I never found a wonder tile after getting hit with a couple growls. That was kind of annoying. Okay, that one I think has its ability activated. What are we doing here? Okay, hold on. That's a little too many, I think I have to eat this warp seed, actually. I need to go find a wonder... Oh, no. Okay, let me check that tile, make Geodude step up. I can take it out with a bubble. I've been hit with too many leers and growls, though. I found it. No way. This is the best TM in the game. I'm using it right now. We actually found it. I don't know why I'm checking the tiles, by the way, one by one, because monster houses have a very high rate of trap tiles. But, by the way, I need to be careful and put everybody in like a hallway. Okay. Because now I can Oko everything with frustration, but if they position themselves like 2v1, then I'm going to be in a bad spot. But, oh, I don't need the escape orb. Okay, level 10 as well. Oh, new move. What do we got? Withdraw? I mean, I'm gonna link Tail Whip and Tackle together because they have the same PP. Like, Withdraw is interesting. It's better than Tail Whip, but not if you're gonna link like Tail Whip, Tackle. You know what I mean? And I can't link it anyway until I find a cleanse, but... Damn, Withdraw is interesting. It would really help me against Skarmory, but... I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this. Alright, I just gotta get off this floor though, because I've been hit with way too many growls, which don't affect Frustration's damage, but... I've also been hit with a couple Tail Whips, so I gotta be careful here. But I did consume an Eye Drop Seed, so I don't have to worry about trap tiles. Get out of my way. But that's why, usually in monster houses, you have to check. Okay, here's a Wonder Tile. We're good, we're good. Now my defense drops have been reset, but this is the whole floor anyway. I can go back for those coins, though, in the monster house. Why not? Oh. But pretty much everything at this point of the dungeon has, like, less than 45 HP, so Frustration just nukes everything. Yeah, that wasn't really worth it, 142 coins, but you never know, you never know. Alright. But yeah, normally when you're in a monster house, if you don't consume an Eye Drop Seed, you have to check, like, each tile before you walk forward, because there's always a lot of trap tiles in there. Okay. We have Frustration, we have an Elixir right before getting to Skarmory. This is huge. I'm just going to use up all of the Frustrations that I have before I rip the Elixir, you know? Or if I step on a PP0 trap, but that'll force me to use it. Oh, look who decided to show up again, huh? A Doom Seed. Doom Seed is interesting. So, what this does in this game, if you consume it, you go backwards one level. But it actually has a niche use where you can basically relearn an attack. So, say I had this Doom Seed before I hit level 7 when I learned Bubble. I could consume the Doom Seed, go backwards to level 6, and then once I get back to level 7 again, I would learn Bubble for a second time, but, you know, the fact that I already learned Bubble, I don't think it's worth carrying this thing around, so I'm not going to take it, but I really hope Bro has a Cleanse Orb right now so I can use my Link Box. Facade is interesting, maybe. Thunderbolt, obviously I can't learn. Totter, Sunny, he doesn't have a Cleanse. What does Patsy Band do again? Boost the Pokemon's chances of taking crits. Well, I would never want to use that for myself, but he has a sticky Insomnoscope. That's funny. Alright, what can we sell him? Doesn't Radar Orb show enemies or look? It's for enemies. Well, I guess I'll save that for the Skarmory floors then. It's like a pseudo X-ray specs essentially. I don't even have anything to sell this guy, to be honest. No. Yeah, I want to keep everything I got. Alright, well, that was a really bad shop. That was a sleep trap right there, but I'm protected by the Insomnoscope. I could take... Okay, that could have spoiled some of my apples. That I got lucky right there. It didn't work. I could take the TM for Facade. But I still like the idea of linking... I also kind of want to use this... Okay, I'm right at 50 out of 100 for Belly. Oh, but I don't have any regular apples. Apples have been spawning at a pretty good rate, though. So if I eat this big apple, I go back to 100 out of 100. Well, I could do that by eating a regular apple, because they give you 50. Big apples give you 100 belly recovery. And then once you're at 100 out of 100, if you consume a regular apple, you get like a permanent +5 increase for the duration of the dungeon. Not permanent, but eating a big apple when you're at full 100 out of 100 gives you like a permanent +10 for the rest of the dungeon. So basically what I'm thinking of doing right now is eating this big apple to get back to full, and then eating the second one to go up to 110 belly, and then eating the third one to go up to 120 belly. Which honestly is a good idea, because like that Grimer trap that I just stepped on, if it would have went off, it could have spoiled all 3 of these big apples essentially and just turned them all into grimy food. So in terms of making space in the bag, and also in terms of not letting the apples get spoiled, I'm just going to go ahead and use them all now. It is risky though, because now I have no more food in the bag. Let me go ahead and pick up this quick seed here. Because I only have the one apple left and I can't use it because it's sticky. Until I find a cleanse orb, which may or may not ever happen. So that's probably it for the floor. I guess I could check... I could check top right, but I don't think anything's going to be up there. Hello, Geodude. Defense curl ain't going to save you from frustration. Eevee is also really, really annoying. No, that's a dead end up there. For some reason, Eevee's like insanely bulky in this game. It must just be high level for this part of the dungeon. But using my frustrations up on all these scrubs is kind of annoying. I'm trying to save them for Skarmory, but Skarmory doesn't spawn until 3 consecutive floors, 15, 16, and 17. But I do have an Elixir, so it's not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. And we have 7 frustrations left for basically the rest of this floor. Another citrus berry. This is going to push us from 45 to 47 HP. So I will use that right now. And a blowback orb. Okay, that's something. It was interesting that like there was 3 items in the room with the stairs. Okay, I was going to say there's probably nothing else on the floor, but I would have been wrong had I said that. What is this? A blast seed? Blast seed is basically just like, I already have one, but I'm going to pick this one up too. It does a set damage of 45. Just like, I'm going to swap it for... Actually, we don't need the used TM anymore. Probably swap that. Sometimes it's good to hold the used TM in the bag because you can use it as sticky fodder. You know, it's potentially something that can get hit if you step on an invisible sticky trap. But I'd rather have these blast seeds because they also will function... Oh, there's another monster house. Alright, well, we do have the PP to do this, so let's put them in a choke and just frustrate everybody, but... The only issue with this is I'm going to have to consume my elixir now to take everybody out, but that's fine. Let's just do it. I don't think I saw any TMs in there, which was unfortunate, but... Alright. Let's go ahead and rip the elixir. I also should do my, my other eye drop seed, which I will use after this. So elixir up. Meryl can go ahead and hit me, that is what it is. Now this would be the perfect time to use the link box if I could, but again, it's sticky, so I can't. But I'm going to go ahead and use some tackles on these guys. Actually, I could probably use Tail Whip, huh? Let me go for a Tail Whip and see how much I can do with just the regular attack after that. Only 10 damage. Alright, we'll go for a stick then, that should do more. Hello, Beldum. Go for a bubble on you. Steel type resists the normal attacks, you know. Alright, but we can do the same thing with this. Tail Whip and, Tail Whip, regular attack, and then throw a stick. I'm also trying to use up the rest of these sticks, too. I think that was everybody, right? Alright, let's see how many invisible traps are in this monster house. There's a lot of them, like I was saying. I need to hit this wonder tile. And what I'm doing, when you see those like those 4 yellow arrows, I'm holding R1 on my controller, because that's how you can guarantee that you walk diagonally. Alright, obviously you're going to get smoked by a bubble once I can connect the attack. Whoops. But I'm going to use tackle against like Metatitties and stuff like that, or Meryl's. Because I got to save the frustrations for Skarmory. I don't remember what that item was. Oh, it was a used TM. So we're done with this place. Alright. Let's move on to the first Skarmory floor, and there he is. I'm going to use a radar orb while I can. Just to see, because I think this should last as long as I'm here. And let me soften you up with the gravel rock, and then we'll finish it off with frustration. Come here, bro. Now, as you see, 332 experience points, but had I been able to utilize the link box that I have, you know, we would have got 498, basically 500 experience points. So you never know. There could be a cleanse orb on this floor. I'm going to go ahead and walk around a little bit. I can see where the Pokemon are, and then more and more Pokemon are going to spawn. Imagine this is a cleanse orb. That would have been so sick. So there's only 2 enemies on the floor. Okay, a third one just spawned in. It's a sleeping Beldum. Go ahead and hit it with a bubble. Never mind. I said go ahead and hit it with a bubble. There we go. Good job, Squirtle. And as long as we tag it with 1 attack... Okay, there's also a Wonder Tile here, which is big. Because I think Skarmory does like to go for Leer. And then when it lowers your defense... Also, this Pokemon's out in the water, so that Pokemon out in the water can't be a Skarmory. I'm going to tag this one with Bubble, let him approach, and then use my my Blast Seed on it. Actually, don't I have 2 of these? Yeah, there we go. I just had to sort the bag. Because again, this does 45 damage. Bro lived is crazy. Alright, man. And I missed my... He only had a couple HP left. Who is this out in the water? It's Beldum. Let's take it out. I slowed him down. It's funny. I only have 2 sticks left. I'm going to go ahead and use one here to take out the Beldum. But, you see how much damage Peck does? Like, imagine if Skarmory Leer... Oh, there's another one. Nice. Imagine if you get hit by Leer first, you know? It's really, really bad. This is good Skarm luck. I need to throw this stick at him, though. Okay. And then, now that's enough damage where we can take it out with the Blast Seed. But really what I'm doing here is just making space in my bag, using up some items. Okay, that red dot is going over the water. Also, I can't sit here for very long because I don't have that much food. I just remembered. But we do have 3 radar orbs, so we can do this with all 3 of the Skarmory floors. And this is not a really good item anyway, so I kind of just want to use it up. But normally, if you have a bunch of food, you can just sit here forever and farm Skarmory. AKA Farmery. But, I don't have the food to do this. So 647 to get to next level. That's just 2 Skarmory KOs. But that Pokemon there is going over the water, so again, it's not a Skarm, so I'm going to move on. I don't like the cloudy floors anyway. I think that messes with your accuracy. Okay, I used the rest of my sticks. Now we can set the gravel rocks. And I don't think Hoot is much of a threat, so I'm going to let it approach. Okay, it has Growl. Wonderful. I forgot Growl can tag you from a distance. But I was going to say I'm going to hit him with, like, Leer, and then just bop him to death. Okay, now I've been hit by 2, though, so I need to go to the Wonder Tile. Bro found a Bounce Band. Well, good for you, buddy. I don't need that, plus it's sticky anyway. A Totter Seed I can throw at Pokemon to confuse them, so that's useful. Also, now I can rip this Radar Orb, too. There's only one other Pokemon on the floor. Alright, let's walk around and try to find some Skarmories. Good news is there is Wonder Tiles here to reset the stat drops. And there's a Skarmory, okay. So because I have the Gravel Rocks plus Frustration, I'm going to go ahead and just do that on these Skarms. Well, at least there's one Skarmory. I don't know what the other mon is. Oh! I clicked Frustration. I thought he was right next to me, but he was too far away. Natu is basically just as annoying as Caterpie. This thing takes forever to take out, and it gives... I think it gives 10 experience points. Like, actually, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, 10. And Caterpie gives 9. It's pathetic. Alright, we got a Sleeping Mon over here. It's an Executor. Okay. Executor doesn't give the greatest experience points. I really want to hang around here because floor 17, there's not as many Skarmories. Like, 15, 16 is the best. Because on floor 17, Sudowoodo and Slackoth start to show up. I'm pretty sure. Let me actually check that real quick. And they take up a lot of the spawn spots. Yeah, Slackoth and Sudowoodo on 17. So that is the last Skarmory floor. So I think I'm going to try to take advantage and at least get like one more level out of this. Can I take you out with the tackle? I can, okay. But again, there's no Pokemon on the floor. Like, as I walk around, other mons will spawn in, you know? Oh, I stepped on a sticky trap, but it didn't go off. I got so lucky right there. Alright, we tag it with a rock and take it out with Frustration. And that hits level 12. Perfect. I knew it was getting close because we saw it was only like 647 on the previous floor. And we found 2 Skarmories here, so... Alright, good gains, good gains. But because I don't have any food on me, I think it's time to leave. Also, let's see. 3,000 experience points to next level. Like, do I rip Joy Seed now? Or do I save it for a little bit? I probably save it, because 3k isn't that much. And I do have a bunch of space in the bag. Like, if I was in a spot where I need to make space, I would probably just eat the Joy Seed. But I think I'm going to go ahead and move on, because it's going to take too long for more Skarms to spawn in. So... Alright, last Skarmory floor. And again, I would hang out longer if I was actually linked up. But I haven't found a Cleanse Orb, so I can't use the link box anyway. There's no items in there. Aha. Hello, Kecleon. What do you got today, brother? A stamina band is actually pretty good. It slows down how quickly your belly empties. Decoy orb is pretty good. Oh, here's the life seed. So we've seen the citrus berry a couple times, but life seed gives you a +3. I only have 5k though. I want to see what these other ones are first. Torment and secret power and a dodge scarf. How good is this if it costs 5k? Prevents any thrown item from hitting the Pokemon. Okay, that's actually not bad. But it's also not worth it. I'm going to eat the life seed. Pay him the cash for that. So we went from 52 HP to 55. It's important. It's important. Also, the stamina band is pretty good. I don't really know if I want to spend that much money on it. Okay, I just went to target Natu and I targeted Kecleon. That would have been bad if I would have attacked him. Oh, you have a defense scarf, but it's sticky. Damn. That would actually be a cool hold item. Since it's sticky, I'm just gonna sell it and see how much I can get for this. 1350 is not bad. It's not bad. He doesn't give you full price if the items are sticky, but that's actually pretty decent. I'll take these iron thorns because I'm almost out of gravel rocks. Oh, I woke up the sloth. I got to take it out with frustration. He lives frustration. That's crazy. The sloth is so bulky, man. How did I miss back-to-back thorn tosses? I know it's going to take him out. It's just got to hit him. Okay. Nothing bad happened. That's because I don't even have any apples. Well, I do have one, but it's sticky. And actually, that would have been a good thing had the trap went off, because it would have turned my one apple into grimy food, and I think it actually cleans it up. So it would have made it usable again. So that's it for Skarmory. We don't get to take advantage of it really at all. But we did get a couple levels off Skarm, so it's not bad. We're going to have to keep going though, and there is other Pokemon later on in the dungeon that give decent experience, but Skarmory is by far and away the best thing to take advantage of early on. That was annoying. Well, let's see if Bubble is strong enough to OHKO this tree here. Probably would have been, but I missed. But I'm at a decent level for this part of the dungeon, so I feel like Bubble should OHKO. Yeah, 47 damage. And you, I kind of need to save some of these frustrations. That's all I got left. Hey, Growl's kind of annoying, but there's a wonder tile right here. I can just reset that. Wait, why is that doing so much damage? Huh? I gotta use the blast seed on this to get rid of it. And then I gotta use my Oran Berry to get back to full. Damn, bro. I think it was hitting right there with Headbutt. I thought I had a decent defense stat. I guess not. Alright, I'm gonna switch back to Tackle and kind of save these frustrations. More so for like when I get in a pickle. And then we could probably take this thing out with an Iron Thorn, right? Yeah. Jeez. These Pokemon are hitting kind of hard right here. And I think I needed like 3,000, right? And I've only got not even 500 experience points since I last checked. It's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. Now it got really interesting if this is a max elixir. Okay. That little sprite right there can be one of two things. Either a max elixir or a ginseng. So it's way better that it was an elixir. And he has the holy grail, the X-ray specs. And I have the cash for it. Gimme, right now. Let me pay him for this just to make sure I don't make a mistake. And then let me see what else he's got. Taunt? Yeah, you would be taunting me. And reflect, okay. Power Band is irrelevant. And Silence Orb. Damn, man, I really need a cleanse. Okay, so we finally have X-ray specs. Let me put those on. Now I can see all the enemies and all of the items on the floor. But right now we need to take out these Pokemon. So that's a Swinub first. I know because he stepped on the coins. I don't know what's behind it, but... Okay, it was two nubs. We found an elixir and X-ray specs. This floor 19 here, absolutely goated. And another citrus. Let's go. I'm gonna hit that right now. Okay, and with the X-ray specs on, we now see, you know, as we did during the normal playthrough, we can see all of the remaining enemies and items on the floor. And we finally found an apple. Okay. Was there anything I needed to go buy from him? No. I was gonna sell him some stuff, but I guess I don't need to at this point. So, okay, so we're gonna wear X-ray specs throughout the entire dungeon, basically. If I get in a pickle, we switch to the warp scarf, and once we hit floor 80 or wherever the mushroom starts to show up, Mr. Parasect, we'll have to wear the Insomnoscope sometimes for that. Other than that, we're looking good. The only thing is we need more apples, we need more elixirs. That's pretty decent. I don't think I'm gonna get anything else from Kecleon. Well, I don't really have any money left, but okay, don't wake up the sloth. There we go. Alright, Oddish, I feel like we can just go for tackles, which I do have set to the hotkey, okay. The whole Oddish family shows up in Purity Forest, but they all have pretty bad HP, it seems like. Oh, I'm on floor 20. I always forgot the escape orbs like always show up on this floor. That's probably what this is too. Okay. Well, we don't need these, so let me just chuck them across the room. They're pointless. I'm not going to use them and escape out of here. Sunflora is kind of annoying, but I could fight it. We could soften it up with a thorn and maybe take it out with tackle. Probably could have, but I missed. Yeah. But Sunflora gives decent experience right there at 119, so you multiply that by 1.5 if I was linked up. It's actually halfway decent. But we actually have the X-ray specs. Out of all these Kecleon shops, bro finally had it. Please be another elixir, not just ginseng. Okay, we're in business. We're in business. 2 elixirs. Huge, huge, huge. A reviver just in case. Probably will come into play later. And we do still have this rare candy. We just got to gain some levels, but I was trying to conserve PP. But now that I have 2 elixirs, we're kind of free to attack for a little bit. Another citrus berry. I'll take it. Keep giving me these +2s. I've seen a bunch of Farfetch running around, by the way. Let's use up the thorns and then just take them out with tackle. Bro always goes for sweet scent, though. It's annoying. It's annoying because they don't step up in the pocket when they're ripping sweet scent. I just went 0 for 2 with tackles. This is why I hate the foggy floors. I feel like it does affect accuracy. And who just yoinked that orange berry? You. I'm taking you out with frustration. Give me that orange berry. Oh, I gotta make space for it. I don't really need the hunger seed. That was just kind of to troll Skarmory. But it will actually help me out in a pinch, so I think I'm gonna swap the blowback instead. The hunger seed basically puts Pokemon in a famished state, which means every attack they go for only does 1 damage. So it doesn't really get you out of a pickle, but it essentially renders the Pokemon useless. You still have to sit there and slowly beat them up. But it's pretty easy to do when they can't do damage. There's another Doom Seed. Hold on. I need to throw this Doom Seed in the water, actually, because I could also just go to the next floor. If a Pokemon picks up this Doom Seed and throws it at me, they'll set me back -1 level, you know? So if I chuck it in the water, there's not that many Pokemon that can pick it up, but Ladybug is one of them. Oddly enough. Okay, not the chestnut trap. Let's go for Bubble on this. Okay, I was going to throw a thorn at it if it didn't take it out, but... What was this item? Somebody stepped on it. It's an elixir, maybe? No, okay. I thought that was a Pokemon trap. Shroomish? I need to make space for this elixir anyway, so we'll throw a thorn and take it out with a tackle. Oh, it's a ginseng. Damn. Okay, well... That's okay. It's still good. So, when you consume the ginseng, it'll make your set move a little bit stronger. So I'm going to change over to Bubble here as the set move and then go ahead and consume this. And we'll get like Bubble +1. Which really doesn't make that much of a difference, but, you know. I think it increases the damage like 1 or 2 points. So it really doesn't help that much, but... It's better than nothing. Alright, there's no more items on the floor. I'm worried about somebody picking up that Doom Seed and hucking it at me, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next floor. And where are we at for this level up, by the way? Still 2k away. I think as soon as I get to 13, I think I'm just going to rip the Joy Seed. A, to make space in the bag, but B, just to get a little bit stronger. Hello, Mr. Kecleon. A lot of Kecleons today. Okay, obviously I need these elixirs. Totter. Okay, I have to take Petrify too. Okay. He has 2 elixirs and a Petrify, so I really need to make space in the bag. Maybe we hang out here until I hit the level. All right, well, okay, I'm gonna drop the Hunger Seed. I'm gonna drop the Iron Thorns, right? I mean, I'm gonna use them. And then we're gonna see what else is going down on this floor. Another apple is really clutch too. Damn. Okay, let's go throw the Hunger Seed at whatever Pokemon I run into first. And they're all over there too. Alright. Hunger Seed, throw. Okay, so Ladybug is famished, so it can't even move right now. And then it only does 1 damage even if I let it attack. But I'm gonna get rid of it anyway, just so this guy can step up. Throw a thorn at you, probably take you out with tackle. Not quite strong enough for that. Okay, the transfer orb I don't want. The totter orb I do kind of want. It confuses everybody in the room. But I'm gonna use my last bubble, by the way, on this. But the thing about the totter orb is I'm about to go pick up multiple elixirs, right? So I'm not gonna have space for the totter orb anyway. We'll throw this thorn here. I keep missing the thorn tosses on this guy. Let's do this and just tackle it twice. All right. Now we're missing like crazy, but it's okay. Still gonna get some mileage out of this thorn. All right, there's only one more enemy and they're up top. There is somebody next to Kecleon, but it's sleeping. Who is this? I'm trying to get like a cheeky level out of this before, so I can even make more space by consuming the Joy Seed. That's really what I'm going for here. Come on, don't go for growth. Get over here. 1,500 still is kind of a lot, man. This would have been so much easier if bro had a cleanse orb. There, maybe there's one in the bottom right. Why is there a Pokemon sleeping blocking the hallway here? It's a Poliwag. It's kind of funny to see them sleep in that spot. It's more throwables too. Well, I'm gonna pick up the rocks because it adds to my stack here. How do I get enough experience points? Oh, you know what? There's so many elixirs. Well, I'm gonna have like 4 elixirs basically, so I'm just gonna rip frustration. Try to get to this 1,500 points quickly. The duck is kind of a threat in this dungeon, but does not have enough HP to take that. I will take out Poliwag. I still need to go grab this apple. I kind of forgot about that. Definitely a must get. And I think I'm gonna hang out here till I KO all these Pokemon. I don't even want to pick up those orbs. Well, you know what? Actually, I can sell these orbs to Kecleon. What am I doing? Well, I guess if this one's sticky, he won't give me as much for that. So we'll sell him the Totter Orb instead. Hello, Mr. Duck. I think, by the way, I got hit by a Leer. Let me see if there's like a Wonder Tile up here. Oh, that's where the stairs is. But no Wonder Tile. Ladybug found a blowback. I do need to go take out this Sleeping Mon over by Kecleon too, because it's taking up a spawn spot. But a bunch of Pokemon keep spawning in elsewhere. That's oddish, okay. Alright, how close am I now? Still 1,000, bro. Everything here gives such bad experience points. Well, we can still do the shopping now. Swap the elixir for probably these Totter Orbs, to be honest. Wait, it wasn't the Totter Seed. What else did I want besides the other elixir? Oh, it was one of the orbs, right? There was a Luminous, I think. Or a it was a Petrify. I already had a Luminous, I think. Yeah. Alright, we'll swap that for the Radar. That's pretty good. I think you got yourself a deal, buddy. He gets, okay, so he gives me 450 for everything I dropped. And it's 800 bucks for everything that I want to buy, but that's okay because we got plenty of cash for that. I still have 2,000 left over. And now we got a pretty good looking bag set here with 4 elixirs. Although I'm going to have to hit one pretty soon here. And probably the 2 best orbs in the game. Arguably. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this level though, because... Well, now I guess I don't have to do it on the floor, but... I really want to rip this joy seed at this point for, again, those same two reasons. I do need to get stronger, but I also really need to get space in my bag here. Anyway, I'm tired of fighting all these scrubs, so I'm going to move on. But as long as we got frustration, this is still going to carry me for a decent way through the dungeon. Trapinch, by the way, oddly enough, is kind of like a giga threat in this game. The bite does a lot of damage. Also, I'm at 29 out of 120 belly, so it's probably time to hit some apples here. Actually, I guess I could just eat the one off the ground. I was going to eat the big apple in my bag and then swap it for that one, but what's the point? Transfer orb we don't need. I could outflank everybody because I'm a water type. Quick seed, I don't really... I mean, this is a good one, but I already have one in the bag. I already have two in the bag. So we'll go ahead and eat this. For the next like 10-15 steps, I get to move at double speed. Alright, more gravel rocks to add to the stack. That's good. And a sleep seed. I think I already have one of those. Let's wake up Shroomish and beat it to death with tackles. That was annoying because I'm paralyzed, but the good thing is you can still throw items while you're paralyzed, so we can finish them off with the rock. Great. Stepped on a confusion trap, but... Hunger heal that off real quick, no big deal. And we got a sleeping mon up here in the next room. It's the duck. I'm just gonna go ahead and rip frustrations for a little bit. I think actually that might be my last one. It was. Alright. Switch over to tackle for a couple enemies here, but I'm basically gonna have to rip an elixir in a sec. Last two items on the floor are not good. We'll go ahead and move on. I'm not really worried about getting paralyzed by this guy. I'm just more so worried about poison from Effect Spore. Mugor, but it's sticky. I don't think that's even a good one anyway. Blinker Seed is kind of weird. It like causes blindness. It's another one you can like throw at enemies to cheese them. Why is Oddish taking that tackle so good? I guess I'm a little underleveled for this point. Sleep Seed again. I mean, I'm not going to bring this with me, so I might as well just eat it. Whenever you eat any of the sunflower seeds, they give you like a +5 belly recovery. So as long as it's something like a sleep seed and there's nobody right next to you, it's pretty safe to eat. Especially if you're not going to bring it with you, you know. You might as well just get like the +5 hunger. Same goes for berries. As you can see, I'm at 110 out of 120. So we'll go ahead and eat this and get back to 115, right? No point in really carrying around a cherry berry. I'm gonna go fight some of these guys though. I need to bang out this level real quick. That's okay, that probably wears off. I can KO him with a rock and it'll probably wear off by the time Oddish gets here, yeah. I wanted to soften up Oddish with a rock because I know he doesn't die to tackle. We just saw that with the previous Oddish. Alright, where are we at on this level, man? Okay, finally. 11 experience points. Okay, I was going to go chase after that other Pokemon, but not now with my defenses lowered. Let's just move on. Unless you want to show up. Okay. I will take that. Come here, Mr. Duck. So I'm going to hit the Joy Seed and then probably hit an Elixir too before we head off to the next floor. Ah, what is this? We're finally getting Water Gun. Let's go. Alright. Since I still cannot utilize my Link Box, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of Tail Whip. I really wanted to link Tail Whip Tackle because they have identical PP. And if you Tail Whip first, right, to lower defense, of course Tackle becomes stronger. But at this point, you know, I think it's just better to take Water Gun. I've never used Tail Whip the whole playthrough, right? I've kind of just, I was just holding it there in case I could link it, but this Link Box has been sticky the whole time. Okay, Squirtle, I see you. Now, how much do we need for next level? I think I'm still going to rip the Joy Seed regardless. Yeah, 3,000 again. It just took me like 10 floors to get the previous 3,000. So, I'm sure people are going to be like, dude, you ripped that Joy Seed way too early. You're not wrong. I should have held this until probably level 20, but at this point, I just need the space in the bag. Alright, 3 HP and hopefully 2s across the board, yeah. Only 1 in special attack. And see, if I would have held it just for one more level, because now it jumped from 3,000 to 5,000, but, you know, how was I supposed to know? So we got 25 in both defenses, which is pretty good on the defensive side of things. However, on the offensive side, we're pretty weak at like the low 20s. But, you know, it is what it is. I have the X-ray specs. That's the most important item in the game. And we do have some elixirs and apples. A little low in the apple department. I forgot to elixir, by the way. I think I need to. Yeah. Well, no, I just learned water gun, actually. Never mind. We can use that for a little bit. By the way, in the bottom left corner, that has Monster House written all over it. But I'm still going to take a... Never mind. It's a giant room. I was going to say I'm still going to take a peek because... Oh, don't you have water absorb? I'm going to have to KO this with rocks, actually. How much does your bubble do? 11 is kind of a lot. Okay, but you don't even take 2 of those. I was going to take a peek if this was a Monster House looking layout because... No! No! I have to elixir right now. Alright, whatever. What does this do again? Drops HP of foes in the same room to half. But if it hits, it also halves my HP. Yeah, hell no. Alright, let's go ahead and elixir so I have space for the eye drop seed. Whatever. But, Monster Houses, you know, a lot of times do have... Actually, I could probably tackle you, right? You're not really that much of a threat. Tackle you twice. Monster Houses do either, like, I think they only have either TMs or, coins. What's up, Growlithe? Let's see how strong Water Gun is here. 44 damage, but bro has more HP than that. And Ember does 16. That's crazy. Wait, how much HP do you have? He has over 50 HP. I gotta remember that. I don't really need to bring this grimy food with me. Although this sticky apple is kind of getting annoying. I could eat the grimy food to get back to full. And then use up my big apple as well. To increase my belly size to 130. I think that's probably the play. And then I can go chase after whatever the... Okay, that's not bad that I didn't get statused. I can chase after the last item there. Let me reset these drops real quick. Let's see what this is. Another seed. It could be a joy seed. You never know. Oh, life seed. Again, you don't have to wait till you're at full HP like citrus berry. So we can eat this right now and go from 64 to 67 HP. I will take that. Growlithe, you can't cut over the water. So I control you. And let's go ahead and move on. I mean, I do need to fight some of these guys though, because I really need to gain levels. But I think, for the most part, they don't give very good experience points. Okay, I meant to use tackle. Whoops. But whatever move you have set to the hotkey, you can use it by holding L1. Well, I play on a PS4 controller, but you can hold L1 and click X to use the set move. But your other 3 attacks, you actually have to open up the menu to manually select them. So as long as I have, like, if I have frustration set like I do now, that's fine. I'm just doing tackle this way. For enemies that are more threatening, though, I'll just rip the frustrations. One-shot orb is kind of ass, but I might as well try it. I'm really looking for a cleanse, man, this whole time. We'll see, we'll see. Sleep seed, I guess, eat it because there's nobody around me. Slight bit of belly recovery. The alternative was just to leave it behind, so I might as well use it. I'm gonna try this one-shot orb on somebody. Well, this is not the ideal candidate, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, it actually worked. That's crazy. I feel like that has really bad odds of working. It's a sandy orb and it's sticky anyway. By the way, I don't even want that item that I just picked up. That I do want. But the bounce band is pretty bad. It just makes hold items bounce off. So we swap it for the oranberry, much better. I see you there, teddy bear. There's another one. I hate to have to do this to you, Teddy, but it must be done. Okay. Or not. Bro's just like immune to water gun out here. Alright, that's a little too many Elixirs. We gotta take him out with tackle. And then move on to the next floor before these other ones catch me. No! A food item went bad. I don't know if that was a big apple or a regular apple, but either way, it still didn't get my sticky apple. That's unfortunate, because, again, I think it clears it up when it changes to grimy. But whatever. Do you die to frustration? You do. Okay. We finally found the cleanse orb, so I can link up. Okay. This changes everything. I guess I could just use it right now, right? Yeah. So this is going to be cool being linked up, but, you know, it's inevitable that I'm going to step on a PP0 trap, and that's really going to stink. But, hold on, let me organize my moves first. But we'll get as much mileage out of it as we can, you know? Do I go for double water attack and link tackle frustration? I think I do. Because again, similar PP amounts, you get the most use out of it if you do it this way. I feel like it's not ideal to have both the water attacks linked together, but I'm going to do this anyway. Because if I run out of tackle frustration and I have to use bubble water gun against a water absorb Pokemon, then I basically can't damage them, but that's a pretty rare occurrence. Okay, link box. So we link these, and we link those. Perfect. Yep. And now we proceed to destroy everybody. Cool. Clutch, cleanse orb. Where are we at? Floor 28. Okay, another apple, yep. A one root orb is funny. That's a pretty bad item, but there's no other enemies on the floor, so I'm just going to showcase what it does. But normally if there's a bunch of enemies on the floor, they're all going to start coming right for you, because it's going to knock down all the walls in the room, basically. And that's the biggest mini-map you'll ever see in your life. Who just spawned in here? A warp seed? I'll take this with me. Maybe. Yeah, because Totter Seed and Sleep Seed aren't really that good. And honestly, I'm just going to throw this Totter Seed at this duck to confuse him. As long as he catches it, he'll get confused. Alright, let's pick up the Warp Seed and make a run for the stairs. Never mind, bro. Cut me off. By the way, wasn't this... I think this was actually a rainy floor. Powers up the water attacks. I should have made better use of that, but whatever. Please be an elixir. Yes! And why... You see this mini-map right now? Why is there like 75 items on this floor? Shoutouts to the X-ray specs, man. I'm going to drop the grimy food right here, and I'll eat it on the way out the door. But I got to know what we're looking at here with all these... all of these items. It's probably going to be a monster house, but good news about a monster house now that I'm linked up. I need to get rid of this spider first. Is I can get a lot of experience points from cleaning out the monster house. Let's try the water attack. I have to step in there to activate it, and then the music's going to get all crazy, but because it's like orbs and coins, this is definitely going to be a house. I don't like the layout, though. But because you always got to back up into a hallway, but this hallway, they can all, like, turn around and still sandwich me. But now, okay, now they can't. So another thing about the link combo, I actually kind of did this backwards because if I go for water gun first and end up getting a KO on a Pokemon, then Bubble, because it has range, will then hit the target for free behind it. So note to self, if anybody's playing this and they do get attacks with range on it, don't ever link it as the first attack, make it the second one. Because then I basically, like, if water gun would have taken it out, which it probably wouldn't OHKO Dustox, right? But it would have OHKO'd something weak to water. Then the second attack with range on it, like Bubble, it's just free damage into the next Pokemon behind whenever you get him in a straight line like this. So now I'm getting an additional 1.5x multiplier to all of the... Did I just OHKO that guy with a tackle? That's crazy. How? The whole train is coming. There's a lot of Pokemon. But this was really clutch that I found that cleanse right before this. Because we get a lot of enemies taken out here. Alright, I could care less about the Hurl Orb. I do want to see... Do I have an eye drop? I do. Let me just use it. I do want to see what kind of items are in here. Yeah, so it's specifically a TM. Okay, I don't even know what that is because somebody else stepped on some coins. What was that? Taunt? That's horrible. I'm just going to leave it behind. Somebody stepped on some coins. Alright, we get an apple and oranberry out of this. This is good. I already have 2 oranberries with me. A heal seed is to negate poison, potentially, at some point. Quick seeds, reviver, sleep, warp. I think we toss the sleep seed. Also, I could do belly size again. I think I will. Regular apple to get to full. And then Big Apple to go up to 140. But also... No, because the grimy food only gives you plus 30 recovery. That wouldn't even put me back to full. There was grimy food by the stairs that I dropped. I'm gonna do regular apple and then Big Apple. Because now we're at 130 and then Big Apple's going to push me to 140. Now, one other caveat of being linked up with your attacks is it does also cost hunger. So my hunger is going to go down faster than it normally will just by walking around. That's annoying. But, oh, I missed, which is really bad. He gets to move twice now. Let me see. I'm just going to throw a rock to take it out. But because I got slowed down, all the mons get to move twice until I return to normal speed like that. Okay. Somebody stole my grimy food, but honestly it's okay because I don't know who it was. We're just going to get out of here because it's different if it was like an apple. I would have chased after him, but who is this? Electrike? With Pokemon like this, they do have static. I guess that's a good reason why having two special attacks or non-contact moves linked together. Better for that situation. Alright, now we're in the next area that we are on floor 30. So things are going to start getting a little shisty here. But this is a powerful turtle. So I think I got the sauce to handle them. Scanner Orb, by the way, is pointless because it just does the same thing that X-Ray Specs do, but only for items. It doesn't even show you enemies. So I don't need this. I'd rather have the Sleep Seed. And then I might as well check what this other item is. I do have a lot of elixirs, so I can kind of... Okay, it's thorns. I don't need those. We can afford to look around a little bit, you know? Alright, let's go ahead and use the water move on this. Tackle Frustration. Actually, I was going to say it's the better Link combo move, but... Is it really? Because Tackle is basically worthless. Frustration is so damn strong. But the double water combo together, especially if they're weak to water, would be the better option. That could also be a monster house up top, potentially. Let's go check it out. Okay, another Big Apple is great. We need to put this in pocket for sure. I don't really need these Sleep Seeds. I just held it because it was the best option. Wow. Well, I don't think apples can be in a house. Do I go belly size again? They're two regular apples. I mean, I think I go at least to 150, right? Ground, eat. And then now I'm back to 140. We hit the Big Apple to go to 150. And then we got two regular apples in pocket. That's pretty good. Trap Bust, I'm not going to bring with me. I'll go ahead and use it. And destroy any traps that are just in this room, but there was none. Hello, Stantler. Soften you up with a rock, and I'll go for the water combo on this. I was just using a rock in case I miss. Like one of the two moves. But actually, I needed both of them to KO it anyway. I hate Spinnerack because of the slowing me down. Sleep Seed, I don't care about. Defense drop, we can reset with the Wonder Tile. Ampharos. Am I strong enough to take this out with the water combo? Oh, yeah. Damn, why was Stantler so bulky then? That was crazy. Bubble, of course, does have a secondary effect to slow down Pokemon. But it doesn't, you know, happen very often, so you can't really rely on it. And we get more gravel rocks. Nice. Okay, 2 apples, 3 orange berries, 4 elixirs, and a reviver. This is kind of a crazy run so far. But the hardest part about getting through Purity... Well, not really, but... One of the hard parts about getting through Purity Forest is strictly resource management. It's really, really tough. Because you only have 2 pages worth of items. I think it's 10 per page, so only 20 items total. So you have to make a lot of really tough decisions on what to keep and what to leave behind. I'm pretty sure I had a couple of those. They're not even that good anyway, Quick Seeds. Okay, the last item on the floor was those coins. So if I bump into Nidoran, I'll take the coins. If not, once I find the stairs like this, I'm just going to go. Gligar we could take out for free with the water combo, but it is a foggy floor, so I feel like I would miss at least one of the 2 attacks. So I'm not even going to bother. Okay. What do we got here? We got 4 items off rip. Oh, that's bad. Oh, Petrify Orb is good. One of my apples got spoiled. I'll take Petrify I have to bring with me. It's the best way to, like, eliminate a monster house. I'm going to swap the Sleep Seed here. Okay, this is not a house because I see like a hold item scarf in the corner. Let's take you out. Oh, this is where the stairs are too. Perfect. I'm just gonna grab these and go. Ooh. That would really give me a massive bump to special defense. Okay, let me see something real quick, because the water combos start Oko and stuff. But I still have to swap back and forth between the X-ray specs. This is tempting. Okay, so my special attack, as you see right now, is at 21. If I put this on, it probably is going to go to 30. Which would make me really, really strong, actually. Hold on, what am I trying to do here? So switch this with the... Oh, I can't even switch it with the X-rays. Okay. Switch it with Insomnoscope. I hit the wrong button, I guess. Hold on. I'm trolling. Let me see how much this adds. So I'm at 21 special attack. Do I go all the way to like 30? 33. Dude, this water combo is going to Oko anything. But when I put it on and swap the X-rays, right, I lose vision on where all the enemies are. But that's a trade-off I'm willing to take. So we just swap back and forth. Of course I need the Insomnoscope though, so we gotta make space somewhere else. I don't really like the warp seeds. I guess having one in a pinch is a good play. I could Elixir, I guess. No, I don't need to do Elixir either. I'm just gonna dump the grimy food then. Well, I guess I might as well eat it. What's the point of dumping? Okay, we got immobilized, which is not bad. It's only bad if you get paralyzed or whatever. Oh, I made the wrong play though. I have to swap the item first. Whatever, this still should be strong enough to Oko, but... Because if I swap the item when they're right in my face, then I don't get the... Or I give them a free hit, the enemies. So I have to swap it right before they get there. Let me see if I can do this right. Okay. Put that on Squirtle, do this, and then if I go for this combo, now it's going to do insane damage. Well, I guess Beedrill's kind of bulky. Fury attack is bad. It doesn't do much, though, oddly enough. Any multi-hit attack is very, very dangerous in this game. Insanely powerful. Alright. So we still have one more use of this, and 3 more uses of this. Because if you use it on the last time, you run out of PP for either move, they become delinked. I just gotta pay attention to that. Sticks, I don't care about. Let me see what else we got over here. So yeah, this water combo is insanely powerful, assuming I hit both attacks, which there's no guarantee of that. Alright. Cool. Now we put X-rays back on, and then we still have, like I said, 3 uses left of this. So I'll do that before elixiring. Although Troll Orb is really good. Okay, I'm gonna have to basically use... That does a lot of damage. I'm just gonna elixir right after this then, and grab the troll. That was good. I wanted to use it the rest of the frustrations, and because I missed tackle, he actually lived the combo. It forced me to use it again. Alright, not bad. Troll Orb is really, really good. Once I spawn next to the stairs, like in later floors, you just rip a Troll Orb, especially in conjunction with X-ray specs, right? Because right now, for example, I could rip Troll Orb and there might be 1 item on the floor. Like, normally you have no idea. But because of X-rays, it's super powerful combo. Oh, Bullet Seed would be perfect if I was Trico right now, but... Okay, you. I do not want to get hit with Poison Point, so I'm going to switch to this. Then we do Water Combo. And then put X-rays back on. For this point of the dungeon, I probably don't even need the special band to get these Okos, but... I'm gonna rock it anyway because I can. Oh, another Petrify is crazy. I have to take these. And see, this is where it gets tricky. I got too much good stuff on me. You know what? Maybe I just rip Troll right now. And if Petrify that I'm standing on is the best out of those other 3 items, I'm just gonna do it. Oh yeah, I already know what that is. I saw a TM and I get so excited. Well, we'll swap it for the best one. Let's see. Petrify, a slow orb. Apple, of course, I have to take. But I also need this Petrify. I don't really need the slow orb. I'm not a fan of that one. And I have 3 orange berries. I definitely don't need to take a 4th one. In fact, 3 is probably too much. I'm just gonna go with 2 orange berries. I'm gonna eat the other ones though. See, my bag's full, so we just eat this one off the ground. All right. That wasn't the best use of a troll orb, but again, it's really hard to figure out what to keep and what to leave behind. Here's another apple. That's a big one too. This is tough. I mean, I want to bring this with me, but I could also go for belly size up to 160, but I'm not quite at full. So I'd have to eat a couple things to get me there. This is a tough call. I'll eat a quick seed. And I guess I'll eat another orange berry. That puts me back to full. 150 out of 150. So then we eat this one off the ground and get up to 160. Decisions, man, decisions. But now I have a couple open spots in the bag, so let's see what we can do here. I guess I'll just tackle Frustrate You. I forgot to swap the special band on. Quick Orb is cool, I guess. The special band is cool. It's going to make me hit really hard with these water attacks, but it's going to be a little tedious to always swap it back and forth. So I don't know if I'm really going to keep the special band, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, it's fun to mess around with because you get really, really strong with special attacks. I don't think I'm going to go all the way over for that one. It's a tough call, you know. If I don't keep it, it's really hard to swap it back and forth though. I'm not going to lie. Scanner Orb is pointless. I don't even need to use it. It's not like it recovers belly. That other item is not that far away, but it's also kind of far away. I guess where am I at for a level? Only 500, okay. We'll hit level 15 right here. You're another runaway mon, very annoying to deal with. Jeez, I'm like barely even strong enough to take that out. Like 20 damage per hit is pretty weak. But I do still have a decent amount of elixirs, so for now everything is going okay. But again, I'll imagine if that was actually a joy seed. Would have made it all worth it. I think I have something in here I don't want. Yeah, I don't care about the quick orb. I'd rather have another heal seed. Who's this? Tauros? I think I need to go for frustration. I don't even know if that combo kills. Okay, barely. 147 off of Tauros. I gotta make mental notes about who's worth attacking and who's not, you know? Because you want to make sure you're getting the best experience you can get. Kecleon shop. Okay. And an apple on the floor. I didn't see who picked it up, but whatever. First we take out all the enemies. I hate when they try to pull up when you're shopping on the magic carpet. It's very annoying. Well, let's get rid of everybody first, and then I'll come back and shop. Okay. Actually, he might have a joy seed, so I'm going to look right now. Because we hit 15. We got 69 HP now. It's like decent bulk. But now, okay, so still 5,000 for a level. Again, defenses are looking good. Offenses are just slacking, but that's why frustration is so important. Alright, buddy, do you have a joy seed? A stun seed? Nah. And these other hold items aren't even going to help. I already have the best ones in the game. Okay, well, let's look around the floor. I'll come back for that apple. But we don't need to buy anything from him. Actually, I guess I could take the apple now. What do I sell him? I got nothing to sell. You know what? I'm going to sell the special band, actually. Remember in the main story, this sells for a lot of cash. 1,500. I do remember that. Well, let's do that, and let's get the apple. Alright, Buzz, because Buzz has static, I'm going to go for the water combo. But I miss. Great. Do it again. Hopefully we can find another elixir here. But we got quite a bit of apples. I kind of like how this is going here. That other item is way too far away. I'm not doing that. 3 apples and a big apple. Once I find a second big apple, I'll go from 160 to 180, but I'm not going to do it yet. Because we still, I mean, we're only at 38 out of, 98. Back-to-back Kecleon shops, though. No stick cap is funny. That should sell for a decent amount. Usually hold items and TMs sell for the best. So I'm going to pick this up and bring it. Oh, those are just pebbles. Okay. I'll go back for that apple. I don't think anybody's going to grab it. Tauros. Okay, we can use this. Yeah, tackle frustration will get him. As long as I don't miss. Rinse and repeat, baby. Alright. Let's sell the no stick cap, see if he has anything good. I might as well fight this Manectric. He's about to be hella annoying. Come here, bro. Wait, he actually lives the combo? Alright, we'll finish him off with a rock. Ooh, we might have an elixir here, folks. Hunger. Giga Drain. This is like the third grass TM. We've seen Bullet Seed, Giga Drain, and I think something else too. Totter. Alright, we switched the elixir with the no stick cap. And just make that even trade. Perfect, perfect. Another elixir, man. Let's go. He only gave me 550 for the no stick cap. I feel like that's a good item. He's trolling. But now I have to make space for this apple. Actually, I could just eat it, huh? Let me use a link combo on Doduo because that is going to cost hunger again. And then I'll probably just eat the apple. Alright, that's enough to trigger runaway. We can just throw rocks at it to take it out. And I'm down to 110 out of 160, so perfect, because the apples do 50. And I don't have space for it now after the extra elixir, so we're just going to rip it. And then I'm going to leave the sticks and the geopebbles behind. I'm just going to have one stack of throwables. And you know me, I love the gravel rocks. Those are my favorite. We do have 6,900 bucks, so we're pretty good in terms of money for the rest of the way. Like, I don't need to go out of my way to pick up the coins. If they're easy to get, I'll get them. But I'm not going to go out of my way. Because we're probably only going to see Kecleon a couple more times throughout the whole run. And you know, we already... Oh, that's a monster house for sure. Okay, here's another big apple. I just talked about that. So, I'm going to hit a heal seed and then save these other two apples. Because I'm only like 4 points off of full belly. So again, the sunflower seeds give you +5. So we can get back to full this way. And then this big apple takes me to 170. And the other one in the bag takes me up to 180. And by the way, the max belly size is 200. So we're almost there. And then any other apples we find, at that point we just stockpile them or use them. Because we can't increase belly size anymore if and when I ever get to 200. This is 100% going to be a monster house, but I will be able to grow a level off this, probably. We're going to get so much experience from fighting all these guys. Oh, it's where the stairs are, too. It's funny. Yep. Breloom is kind of annoying. I mean, all I have to do is back up to the choke, but Breloom might put me to sleep. Let's see. I gotta risk it for the biscuit. Okay. We're good. I was only worried about getting put to sleep right there. Well, I could have used a gravel rock, but whatever. I think they all died at tackle frustration. Well, Gloom definitely does. And that really wasn't that many enemies. I kind of expected more. Gloom is so ass, it probably dies to the water combo, even though it's a grass type. See ya, Gloom. Okay, I don't have any eye drop seeds though, so this time I have to check tile by tile. Because if I step on like a... Although there can't be any invisible traps like where items are. But if I step on that right there, that could just ruin my whole day. And also, I don't think there's any traps like where the hallways meet with the room. Alright, we don't know what these other items are down here. Hello, Cacnea. I'm going to go ahead and spam attacks on whatever runs into me because it's kind of getting close to elixir time. Sleep Seed. I don't even care. I'm not going to eat it because there's a bunch of Pokemon trying to pull up right now. So we'll go ahead and fight them. I might have to elixir after this floor. Or like right at the end, I guess. Let me go check this last item though before I go back. That was sketchy. There was a PP0 trap in the monster house. Okay, it's coins. Again, like I just said, I don't need to go for the coins, but since they're right there and there's like no enemies. That's the thing though, like sometimes early game you have to go for the coins, even when there's enemies surrounding them, because you really need money. Like if you pull up to Kecleon and he has frustration and you can't afford it, then that really sucks. But We ended up getting sniped by the PP0 trap anyway. So like early game, you always want to collect the coins, but at this point in the game, I probably won't even spend that extra 8k that I have. Damn it. Okay, so we're no longer linked with these 2 water attacks. Honestly, okay, like I said, because I did link them backwards. So next time I find it, if and when I find a link box again, I'll make sure to swap them the right way. But for now, we'll leave them like that. Okay, we're out of here. I don't know what else I was thinking about on the floor. Alright, on to floor 40. There's kind of a lot of items here. I was kind of mad they just got delinked. I was just thinking about it for a second. And like the implications of becoming delinked. Dude, there is so many apples in this run. Another big apple. I'm gonna hit a regular one to get back to 180 and then rip this one off the ground to go right to 190. And we're now one more big apple from getting to max 200. I was gonna say, actually, this doesn't even matter what this is. I'll take the spikes for now because I have space in the bag, but I'll drop them if I have to. A sticky cleanse orb. Thanks, game. Classic right there. That's a classic. Oh, I was thinking about hitting an elixir before I left the previous floor. That's what it was. I guess now that these aren't delinked, I can just hit bubbles from deep. Well, that did 0 damage. Huh? Take him out with the link combo and get max experience points. Why did that do so little? By the way, I'm supposed to bubble again there. I'm letting him approach for free. Okay. That's the sticky totter seed. I don't want that. So where are we at for elixir? I got 2 more uses of the combo. Alright. Might as well get max value out of it. We are starting to approach Hitmon territory where Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan both show up. Zinc Band is good, but I have... Okay, Water Gun sealed. It has no PP anyway. Zinc Band is good. It just gives you like a plus 10 kind of to like your special defense. Similar to what the... I already have one of these in bag. I've seen like 5 heal seeds too, which is weird. Usually I never see those. But of course I'm not going to use Zinc Band with having X-rays. I'm just going to wear these the whole time. I'm about to troll this Murkrow though and cross over the water and bro can't follow me. What's up, dude? Yeah. Now what? Although it is kind of funny that flying types can't cross over water like that. I think I fight the rest of these scrubs and just go for elixir, actually. Oh, that was the wrong button, but I got a crit. I thought I had this one set with the hotkey, but I guess I didn't. Missed the tackle, not ideal. Heracross does hit pretty hard. How many rocks do I have? 16. I'm going to save them and just take them out and then elixir right now. Save some of the rocks for later. Alright, still 3 elixirs left in bag. Get a warp seed out of it. That's not horrible. I don't like the warp seeds and the warp scarf, but they get you out of a pinch, but sometimes they put you into a pinch, so it's really not great. Stay away orb is also not great. There we go, baby. That's what I've been looking for. Another joy. Okay, well, where am I at for the level, though? 1500. We're almost at a level. Nice. Damn it, I missed. See, his tackle do be hitting. By the way, I don't know if Ariados's like string shot can cut corners, so I'm just gonna do this. And we'll take him out with a water gun. Then we'll link combo you. I really want to hit this level because I'm standing on a joy seed, so let's get rid of the spikes. So the thing about the joy seeds and other consumables is the wild Pokemon on the floor can use them. So for example, if I left that joy seed behind and you know, was like, don't worry, I'll come back for it later. The wild Pokemon can pick it up and they can consume it to grow a level, which doesn't even help them, so it's just kind of a troll. Pounce Orb is actually kind of cool. Can I make space for this? Yeah, after I consume the joy seed, actually. Which I should be able to get a level in this. I think Gloom gives bad experience, right? Yeah, okay, I shouldn't use Link Combo on that guy. Murkrow I don't remember, so I might as well link it. 138, that's also pretty bad. Okay. So in that case, we will bubble and water gun him. Which means I'm only going to get like 70 experience points or whatever. Okay, 92. I didn't feel like dividing it by 1.5. I was just throwing out a number for the sake of it. Alright, 189 off you. That's not bad. Heracross should give a decent amount. Same, actually. Okay, here's the stairs and some sticks. Now it's kind of a far way to go back for that Pounce Orb, and because there's no other enemies, I'm probably not going to do it. We almost hit the level. We're 400 away, but Pounce Orb is pretty cool. You basically just full send it, and you keep going across the floor until you collide with a wall, basically. What is this floor layout? There's items everywhere. Okay, this is not a monster house, though. Let me hit you with a bubble and then throw a gravel rock. Okay, I don't even need to. What was this? Yeah, long toss is not good. Gravel rocks are good. Transfers not good. Dunsparce? What kind of experience do you give? Probably some of the worst in the game right there. Okay, note to self, do not use Link combo on Dunsparce. Alright, there's the level. Now we can rip the Joy Seed too. Okay, level 16 is good. We could evolve into War Turtle. No, I'm kidding, that's not how it works. Actually, let me eat the Joy Seed. I was going to rip a bubble at that guy, but let's hit Joy first, get to 17, and see, you know, if there is an experience jump to get to 18. Hopefully it's still just 5k, but we'll see. 5,400, it's a slight jump, but it's honestly not that bad. This floor is super annoying, though. I just want to grab the items and go. Imagine if this is another Joy Seed. That'd be so sick. Citrus Berry on Tauros right here. Okay. Come here, bud. He didn't see me. Alright. I will be taking that citrus. I can't use it on this floor because it's going to be hard to get back to full HP. So I think I swap it for the sleep seed that I just found there. Because of the hail, right? Every few steps I take, I'm going to get chipped. It's going to be hard to get back to full. Dunsparce is confused, but I want to see what this last item is. Okay. Like I just said, not worth going out of your way for coins. Got plenty of cash. No. No! Oh, that's so bad, bro. So bad. Damn it. Okay, so we're no longer linked up with anything, which is not great. Because now it's going to be hard to grow levels. But we got decent use. I mean, it's inevitable. Alright, man. You really got the synthesis, just like Hoppip on the earlier floors. That's why I hate Hoppip. It's inevitable. I mean, PP Zero traps are probably on every floor. You just never know until you step on them, right? Oh, this could be a big apple. Okay, we're about to go max belly size. Wait, 149 out of 190? I'm going to be just short, huh? That's a troll, but... Oh, no, that guy... never mind. I was thinking 140. Or I was thinking 139. Okay, so... Now we hit this. And we are now at maximum belly size, 200 out of 200. So any more apples that I find... Again, once I get to like 4 apples, I'm not even going to pick them up anymore because... Especially... Another Joy Seed. Yeah, now that I'm not linked up, it's going to take a really, really long time to get 5,000 experience points. So we're just ripping joys when we find them now. Oh, a new move at 18. What do we got? Bite? Actually, Bite's better than Tackle now that I'm not linked up. Bite's actually better than Tackle, for sure. Well, I don't know that because this game is really weird in terms of the damage per attack, and even accuracy is even more weird. I don't even want to go down that road, but Bite I feel like is much more useful because it does put Pokemon in a cringe status. It's kind of this game's alternative to flinching. And here, let's see if we can make this guy cringe. First I'm gonna hit it with a bubble though. A little bit of chip. Never mind, he's got to run away. Of course. Alright, let me reorder these. I like to have the moveset go like shortest to longest in terms of words. That's usually how I do it, even in regular Pokemon games. Don't need whatever that is, and here's another big apple, which is cool. Just curious. There's a no stick cap. Dodge the poison, which is shiest. Now we gotta deal with these idiots again. Go for bubble while they step up, and then... Oh, I don't even have anything selected with the hotkey because Frustration lost all the PP. Oh wait, bubble's gonna put him in runaway, huh? Whatever, I still have gravel rocks. Alright, let's go peep this last item, but now that I'm not linked up, it is going to be harder to get KOs at this point, actually. Ninkata, oh no, only gives 69. I thought Ninkata actually gave decent experience points in here. I couldn't remember. Okay, hello Gloom. Let's do Gravel Rock and Bite. That should be enough to take you out. But I miss. You miss Absorb, thankfully, so you don't recover PP. And yeah, we have an insane amount of cash at this point. Please be a frustration. Oh, you're trolling. Gravel Rocks. I'll take it. I'll take it. Sleep Trap's annoying, but whatever. All right, there's no other items on the floor that are worthwhile. And we now, yeah, we still need like 5,800. That's probably what it was. So 5,700 till next level. So at this point, it's going to be pretty hard to gain levels. Maybe if I can keep this run going all the way, we might get to like 21 to 23 at the absolute most. But, you know, at this point, I'm not really going to try to be fighting stuff unless I have to get through them. You want to fight as much Pokemon as you can in the first half of the dungeon. Just spawn me in a monster house is funny. I guess I have 3 Petrifies. I could rip this now. But I could also go Quick Seed or Warp Seed to like get to a hallway. How do I want to play this? I have the means to fight all these guys, but it's a little bit harder now without being linked up, because now I got to use multiple attacks to take them out. I'm gonna use the Warp Seed because I don't like these, and watch, I might even warp into the same room and then show you why I don't like these. Okay, I warp right to the stairs. My opinion still doesn't change though. All right. Well, there's a lot of items here. I think I kind of want to look around a little bit. I'll take the Oran Berry. I do have space for it, but oh, so that's why I wanted to look around. We got an Elixir, baby. Yeah. That makes up for it. Because now I can fight everybody. I wasn't going to. I was just going to look at the items and then like head for the stairs, but okay, that was a Sleep Seed. Interesting. I thought maybe it could be a Joy. What am I doing here? I guess I could just go for Bubble. I'll use all these up until these enemies get like closer. Slow them down, but that don't really matter. This is basically a free elixir to refill the, well, the frustration that I lost. Oh, he's going for String Shot, isn't he? Wait, he just String Shotted his brother. That's funny. What was this item? It's like a Sleep Seed, right? Yeah. Okay, I definitely need the elixir, but first we're going to fight these scrubs a little bit. Let's set Bite, start throwing some rocks at him. Although I might get hit with String Shot here. This is not good. And I guess I really shouldn't go for Bite, huh? I should probably go for, Water Gun will do more damage because Stab. Alright, that's good damage right there. I should be able to get it with a regular attack. Nice. It was funny that I got to move twice right there because he was slowed down. Alright, we end up KOing all the mons from the monster house, which is kind of funny. I don't need to rip this. Oh, I was going to use a citrus. Okay. Let me hunger heal. I want to try to get back to full. And then I'm going to hit the citrus and pick up the elixir. I think that's the play here. So we hunger heal to get back to full HP, and then now we rip this for the +2. Let's go take this guy out with a water gun. It'd be way too early to hit this elixir, you know, even though I kind of want to get frustration and bubble back. We still have so many uses of Bite and water gun. So I'm just going to go for it. Alright, let me see what these other items were in the monster house here. I could see the one in the middle. Oh, it's just coins, damn. Oh, I don't care about the coins. Let me make sure. I think this was coins too, yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to head back out of here then. There's no point in sticking around, but that was kind of funny. I was talking about the Warp Seed, and then it ended up warping me right to the stairs. That's why it's okay to keep one in your bag, you know, but to me, it's never like the optimal play. That's annoying. But whatever. We find another big apple, which I'm definitely going to take with me. Over what? Sleep seed. And what is this? Silence orb? I don't even know what that... I don't even think that's a good one. Let's move on, take the free floor. Another citrus berry. Wow. That's a Kecleon shop in the top right. That wasn't ideal. Okay. The double miss is ridiculous. Come on, man. Oh, he getting that rage boost right here. Am I in trouble? Let me try to bite him. Okay, that took him out. I won't be able to hunger heal back to full to use this citrus, so I'm gonna have to come back for it. I gotta walk around until I get back to full HP. Grimy food, I don't need to eat it. I guess if I get poisoned, I can just leave. Nah, I eat that later, if I decide to go back for it. Let me try to make this thing cringe. I didn't do much damage at all. Okay, this I gotta take with me. Let's hit the regular apple then, and pick up the big apple. More valuable. You get 100 recovery instead of just 50. But having max belly size 200 out of 200 and then 3 big apples in bag, that's enough to get me the rest of the way. Well, maybe not. I'm still not even halfway done, but... What has he got in the shop here? Frustration, please? Hidden power, no way. Luminous is good, but I do also kind of want these rocks. The thing about the rocks is you have to like set them down or set something down. Because when you buy rocks from Kecleon, they don't stack with your other stack. They don't stack with your stack? Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So we're going to have to buy these rocks and then set them on the floor and then step on them so that they combine with the other stack. I'll show you here if I sort the bag. See, we got 2 different stacks. So we got to place them on the ground, then re-step on them. Then they go with the other stack, which will free up a spot to pick up my apple again. Gloom, grab the citrus berry. Well, Gloom is down here, so we're going to destroy it. And I just got back to full as well, so... I don't have any ranged attacks, though. Let's do this. And then I think I can KO it with water gun. I want to nab the citrus berry while I'm at full HP, though, so I can actually utilize it. Perfect. And what is this? Don't care. Alright, time to head out of here. I don't need to go back for the grimy food because I did end up hitting an apple. So we're good. Let's move on to floor 49. Let's move on to floor 50. Never mind, there's a Kecleon shop. Bro, there's been so many Kecleon shops today. This is crazy. Great. Now you. Magmar is kind of a threat. It's like oddly high level in this dungeon. And this is why it kind of sucks not being linked up anymore. Well, that's going to do a lot. I'm a water type and that did 31. Let me just take him out with water gun. Damn, man. Warp Scarf, already have it. Gravel Rocks I do kind of want. But I have to do the thing again. Blast Seed, Thief, Long Toss. Did I check the other orb? Decoy. Decoy is pretty good too. Let me set something on the ground. Damn it. I should have threw a rock at him. We're going to have to double water gun it to take it out. I do want to buy these gravel rocks. Like, it's kind of like the only thing I can utilize here. And it's only 4 of them, but whatever. It might come into play. It might come into play. I would like to find another cleanse orb with this guy. That's what I'm hoping he has in all these orbs. Oh, I don't want the Geopebbles. What is this? I didn't even check it. Slumber. Slumber puts everybody in the room to sleep. It's not bad, but I think I'd rather have this Oranberry. Kind of an underwhelming shop, but I'm glad I looked around. Now I have 4 elixirs in bag. I don't need to use one yet, but I'm going to. Probably a bad idea. Probably a great idea. I don't care. Well, I can still link up. I just can't. Okay, let me make sure I link correctly this time. I just can't use the water gun bubble combo for the duration of the floor while it's sealed. But now we're gonna go bite frustration instead of tackle frustration. Is that the best play? Yeah, because the other ones are too... I mean, I could go water gun frustration, but I think it's still best to do it this way. Oh yeah, I gotta use it on the ground. I can't even pick up the link box. So that's why I'm gonna use it right now. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Now we got Bubble going second. Just in case Water Gun picks up a KO. Wow. A link box for the road. Don't mind if I do. 2 orange berries. I don't need a... No, I don't need a third one. So we just eat it. How do I make space for the box? Again, I can't use these big apples. Interesting. You know what? I've been drinking too much water. I gotta take a leak. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom and think about this. And then for the, for the Twitch stream, it's one thing, but for YouTube, all I gotta do is fade it in and out. So it's only gonna be like 5 seconds. So I'll be gone for like a minute, but for the YouTube side of things, I'll just edit it after the fact. Quick fade in, or quick fade out, and then fade back in, right back in the game. All right. I will be back in a minute. And we're back. All right. So, honestly, I was just thinking about it for a second. I do actually have a few clears in this, even though I haven't recorded them for YouTube. This is the first time I'm recording it, but out of the handful of clears that I do have in this dungeon, this is honestly like one of, if not the luckiest reps that I've ever had. Just in terms of items, I mean, we found so many elixirs, so many apples, 3 link boxes now, which I do have to make space for this one here. And how do I do that exactly? Because I got a lot of really good items. Probably ditching either the quick seed or the heal seed is the 2 best. Heal seed is the most useless out of everything in my bag. But I don't know, man. Now that I ditched it, watch, I'm gonna get poisoned. I guess, okay, here's the thing about being poisoned with X-rays is not as bad, because I can kind of bob and weave bob and weave all the enemies. Even though the X-rays don't tell you where the stairs are, they still do really help in terms of just being able to avoid stuff. I did link up, right? Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can take our canine out with the water combo here. No, because I miss. Alright, whatever, do it again. Okay, bro. Okay. Now I have to use the water combo. Alright, that's fine. I was gonna use Bite Frustration on Golbat, but whatever. It's okay because it's not a PP0 trap. It's just sealed for the duration of the floor. Oh, you want these hands too, Nidorina? Come over here. Bro. Does a rock finish her off? Yeah, it does. Whatever. So yeah, the seal traps are annoying because you can't use the... Well, they're only annoying if you're really linked up, right? Another big apple is crazy. Hold on, what is this, by the way? Secret power? Nah. But it's only for the duration of the floor, right? So it's nowhere near as bad as a PP0 trap. Can I even afford to take this apple with me? I don't need to use it because I'm at 180 out of 200, but I'm going to use it. There's just been too many good things going here. Okay. This is why you keep Petrify Orbs on you, though. What a weird floor. I'm gonna go ahead and rip one. This is going to permanently stun everybody. They will never be able to come back. Now, there is one thing, though. I do see a couple Pokeballs in here. And let me make sure there's no trap. Electrode, out of all the Pokemon in this dungeon, and it's only floor 51, this guy right here gives the most experience out of anything in Purity Forest. So I will take out these Electrodes. They give... I mean, they're the biggest threat in the dungeon, which is why they probably give the most experience points. But watch this. They give basically 696 experience points for taking that guy out. Now we got to get rid of this Fearow so I can swoop around to the other Electrode. But this is the beauty of the Petrify Orb. These Pokemon will be stunned forever. Okay, so the thing about Electrode, so Bro has the attack Sonic Boom, which obviously in regular Pokemon games is not that good. But for some reason in this game, they made Sonic Boom, I think it's a set amount of damage, but I think it's 55 damage per hit. So if Electrode hits me with 2 Sonic Booms, that's 110. I only got 81 HP. So I would have no chance of living that. I gotta be careful with the trap tiles here. I do want to check these other items down below. Well, actually, never mind. That's where the stairs are. Okay. Let's do this. I don't need the coins, but I'm just kind of looking for another copy of Frustration if I could find it. Or attract. We have not found attract yet. Oh. It could be. It could be. You never know. It also could be another grass attack. Oh, it was. I was thinking about it earlier. I said 3 grass attacks, but it was Thunderbolt. We saw Thunderbolt, Giga Drain, and Bullet Seed. No, Toxic is terrible. Now, is this another Electrode? It is. I'm actually gonna go fight this. Getting the first free hit and being linked up is kind of why I'm fighting it. You know, if I wasn't linked up, I would probably just leave it stunned forever and not even take it. Oh, I went the wrong way. Actually, I'll go down this way. I don't need the coins again, but I'm going to be greedy and grab them because it's pretty free, and that was like, you know, over 500 of them. That, kids, is why you got to hold the Petrify Orbs on you. Quick Seed, I have one. Oh, I don't even have one of these anymore. Oh, I do. I like them better than Warp Seeds, though. Let me swap it. Who is this? Okay, I was going to say, you're not petrified. Also, do I take advantage of this and get a level? Yeah, I do. I'm going back in there. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan give decent experience, actually. I think they give... I don't remember. Let's find out. But they give somewhere, I think, around 500 if you hit them with a Link attack. Not even close. 372. Okay. That's okay, because all 3 of the Hitmons, if I take them out, will give me a level. They're really, really threatening Pokemon, though. You got to be careful. But they're stunned forever, so I can afford to do this, but normally you don't really want to fight these guys. Alright, we hit level 19, which is pretty legit. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Now we're probably gonna have some ridiculous... That's still only 5,800, but if I can stay linked up, 5,800 is not bad. But if... Well, I have another link box too when we do step on the inevitable PP0. And another apple. I'm just gonna keep eating them. Might as well restore the belly back to 200. Let's hope we don't find a PP0 trap. What an interesting floor layout. Now, Electrode, by the way, I do have the web page open here because I wanted to explain a bunch of stuff as I was playing today because it's the first time. Well, first clear for YouTube. Electrode only spawns on floors 51 to 53, so this is the first floor of 3. But again, normally I'm just going to run away from Electrode because I don't want to get... Sonic Boom, not only does it do set 55 damage, but it has range on it. So Bro can literally snipe me from across the room. It's crazy. I'm going to eat this Pecha Berry for the food, even though I don't really need to, but whatever. So I got to be really, really careful with Electrode. That is one of the big run enders at this point in the game. But the 2 biggest threats... Actually, I can just start throwing these Geopebbles. See who this is down there. Fortress, okay. The 2 biggest run enders show up in the last 20 floors, and that is Venomoth and Parasect. We'll talk more about him as we get closer. Alright. Now because I'm missing all these tosses, though, he's going to be annoying here. And I think it's raining, so let's go ahead and use water attacks. But yeah, for now we got to be careful for this floor and the next one for Electrode. I'm surprised that wasn't a monster house. Let's get out of here. Even though, you know, I do want to fight him because again, 700 points per KO, but you know, let's be real here. They're pretty threatening. All right, we can actually take out Lee with this. He sees me, it's going to be annoying. I want to fight him, but I have to get in a better position. I don't want to give him a free hit. Identify Orb isn't very good. Link Box Elixir. Well, maybe Ginseng. It is Elixir. Wow. Well, that's coming with, but the Link Box is not. I mean, I already have a Link Box. 4 Elixirs is crazy. I could also just rip this one. I guess, let's go fight everybody else, and then I'll just rip it before I leave the floor. Ooh. Okay, positioning is key. Let him come to me. Okay, this is a workout. And there's another apple that's hilarious. Screech is not good. But... oh, there is a wonder... okay, there's a wonder tile here, too. Another big apple. I kind of want to take one of these with me, but honestly, 3 is good. After having my defense lowered with Screech, like Hitmonlee could have potentially KO'd me. So I had to be careful there. I made him cringe. Doesn't matter we KO him, but... Who's this? Another Lee? He didn't see me. Alright, let's go check out these other 2 items, but I'm gonna chug that elixir before I leave. That's bad, but it just got an orange berry, so it's okay. Actually, you know what? Now I can just take the elixir with me. Because I'm not going to carry that orange berry. We're probably never going to find another cleanse orb, let's be honest. They seem to be pretty rare in terms of their spawn rate. But now we can take the elixir with. Swap it for that sticky orange berry. Ooh. Okay. Another elixir. Well, I'm going to chug this one then. Might as well go fight some stuff. And it's right next to the stairs, so I'll get it later. Somebody might pick it up and walk away with it, but we're going to go back for them. Blowback, no. I'm not going to go for the item in the top right corner, though. That's too far. But I will check this TM. Shockwave. I think I've already seen Shockwave today, too, huh? That's the second time for that one. Alright, eat this. And eat this. I can't carry all this stuff. But hey, keep them coming, man. Keep them coming. I ain't gonna lie. This is a crazy lucky run right now. Alright, we gotta use the water combo on all these fire types here. And all these rock types, I guess. Okay. Let's go see what items we got here. Citrus. Clutch. Eat it. 85 HP now. We're getting there. We're getting there. There's a pretty powerful turtle we got here. Let's go for Bite Frustration. That should do the job. Yep. Another link box. This is hilarious, man. That's the 4th link box when we really could have used one a lot earlier. I mean, no, I wasn't linked up for Skarmory, was I? I don't think I found link box till floor 28, maybe? Nah, that's too far to go. I'm not even walking that far. But now we found 3 link boxes in like the last 5 floors, but the first one that I had for the majority of the time back on like 28. Wow. This is a big room with a lot of items. Actually, all the items on the floor are in here. No way it's another elixir. That's crazy, bro. Okay, well I don't need to pick this orb up. We know it sucks. It's a hurl orb. But I'm gonna take this elixir. I have to. This is gonna save me. I'm gonna swap for the warp seed. This honestly might be enough elixirs for the rest of the run. Like I'm not even kidding. We just eat the apple. Don't need to, but what's the point of leaving it behind? Okay. I think we might be able to do this today. Which is crazy. This is the first try with Squirtle, but this is kind of how it has to go down for you to win a run. Like, you have to find a lot of apples, a lot of elixirs, and ideally, you know, 1 copy of Frustration. If you find all those things, you actually have a decent shot to win. Without finding a good amount of apples and elixirs, it's almost impossible. Do I take a second Orin or keep a second Quick? I'm gonna take a second Orin Berry. I like that idea better. Because once we get to Venomoth and the moth starts ripping silver winds, I'm gonna have to elixir it off. I mean, elixir it. Orin Berry the damage off. Alright, there's only one more item up here. I think somebody picked up an item, but it wasn't a good one, so I don't care. There's no way. Okay. Finally a sticky elixir. Honestly, I wasn't going to take that one with me, though. I have enough for endgame. I was just going to use it, though, because I guess we can get a couple PP back. Oh, it's a quick seed that Rapidash had, okay. Oh, wait, no, that was the one I just dropped. Duh. They always pull out the sandstorm on the floors like this when there's like 500 rooms. It's really annoying. But again, being a water type, I can kind of cheese some of this and at least not have to fight everybody along the way. Okay. Hello, double Rapidash. Dang it, I missed the first one. Did that trigger Runaway? Or is... What? Oh, it's because it's been hit by Sandstorm so many times. That's why Runaway is going on with Rapidash. I was really confused because it didn't say that my attack triggered the Runaway. Oh, really? Okay, that's definitely gonna pop Runaway. I thought if this one had been around on the floor long enough, my attack would have like KO'd it because it would have taken so much Sandstorm chip. That was weird though. I missed the first water move and then I hit it with Bubble, but it didn't even say that Runaway was active. So I think that Rapidash took so much sand chip that it activated Runaway. There's just no way I'm finding this many elixirs. Again, I ain't complaining. I'll take it. This is gonna enable me to win this run. Again, the way you lose runs when you're this juiced up is by spawning into monster houses late game and just Venomoth just ripping Silverwind over and over again. Oh, I stepped on a seal trap? That's annoying. I can't use the water combo then. Or this happens and you rip like all 5 Fury hits. Okay, you gotta go. Oh, I missed. Okay, I'm not playing games. It would have died to a gravel rock. That's why I threw one, but I missed. And if I'd have missed again, Fury attack. Anytime these guys have Fury attack, it's not good. Okay, I got burnt, but I also hit a level. But oddly enough, you can heal off burn as a water type or anybody that could walk over or on top of the water. But there's no water on this floor. Alright, just out of curiosity. Okay, now it's up to like 6k for a level. I want to get out of here now that I'm burnt. But again, burn doesn't affect like Frustration's damage. It just always does 45. But having my water attack sealed is very annoying. There's another Fury attack user, by the way. Oh, I stepped on a sticky trap. That could have been bad. I need to Oko this thing. Okay, I made it cringe, so we're good. Don't have to worry about Fury attack. Why does my water attack have to get sealed on the floor like this? That's really annoying. That should be enough to take it out. Okay, we got a high roll that time with Bite. Damn, you live is crazy. There's no way you have much HP left, yeah. Where in the heck are the stairs, man? We're almost to like the second to last area, though. Okay, this stairs got to be in there, then. Great. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if I needed the rock damage, that's why I tried to throw it, but didn't end up needing it. So the second to last area kicks in on floor 61, and then it goes all the way until we get to the final area on floor 80. Alright, that floor was annoying because my water attack was like sealed the whole time. Sometimes you find the stairs quick, sometimes it takes all day. But now we got the water attack back. I'm gonna set it and start destroying all these fire types with it. Okay, we got one item down here, and then it looks like we gotta go to the other side of the floor. Blast Seed, I'll just eat it for the hunger. Not gonna take it with me, so why not? Little +5 belly recovery. This looks like another weird floor layout. Again, I could Luminous here, but I'd rather save that for in the 80s. Oh, wow. That was an insane loop-de-loop. Made like a giant number 8 if I would have walked through the middle of it, but there's no way there's a room there. That's just another hallway in the middle. It would have just made a number 8. We'll leave that thing alone. There's nothing in. That's just a dead end, okay. Dittos are hella annoying too when they pull up because they give like no experience points. And they're just more of a troll than anything. Okay, neither one of those was Ditto. See, now I have the link combo correctly though. If I can position these Mons, I can get free hits in with Bubble. Alright, there was just coins up there. I don't care about that. Could this be the Ditto? Nope. Man, this would have been a good candidate for Luminous Orb. But now I'm too far in. Okay, if it's not top left, then it's got to be where those other 2 items are. But it is here. Okay. Not bad, not bad. There was the Ditto. Whatever. As long as it's not a PP0 trap, we are chilling. Okay. Oh no, floor 61 is where it kicks in. The second to last biome, I guess, if you will. Alright, let's do Bite Frustration on you. Should take it out, no? Damn. Grapple, there's no way you have more than 20 HP left. Okay. Leer is sketch. I don't want to hang around here longer than I have to. We'll eat the Blast Seed. Okay. Let's throw a rock then. We know the other combo kills you. I just gotta deal with the one in the back. Oh, I didn't mean to use the water combo. Whatever. Actually, that might even Oko, huh? That's like 70-something damage. Low roll that time. We get paralyzed, but again, you can still throw items while you're paralyzed, so that all works out. Alright, man. Stop lowering my stats. Now my defense is like giga lowered, though, which is not good at all. Bite Frustration should take out a Snow Runt, though. However, I missed the bite. Yeah, I definitely would have taken it out. Alright, all of a sudden these last couple floors got a little sketchy, but... Okay, it's a sleep trap, we're good. Let me try to Hunger Heal back to full so I can rip this. This'll work out. Oh yeah, okay. So now we're back to full, we can hit this, get another +2. Now we're up to 90. There's so many citrus berries on this run. But I'm not going to walk around anymore because I got my defense lowered a couple times. Okay, here we go. Now we're into the sketchy part. Elixir, we'll take it. I'm going to use Bite Frustration. Frustration is like the only, or one of the only attacks in the game that actually has 100% accuracy. Another reason why it's the best attack in the game, right? Just go ahead and use it. I have so many of these things at this point. But that's really what makes Frustration. I mean, the set 45 damage is more often than not like the best damage you can even do. But because of the 100% accuracy, that's really, those two things together is what makes it the best attack in the game. It's just so consistent. If we can get an Oko with Water Gun, we might be able to... Ah, damn. We could have got free damage with Bubble onto the other one. Double miss. And I cringe. Which means I can't attack. Okay. You just gotta walk it off, though. At least when you cringe, aka flinch, you can still move around. There's only one more item on the floor. I guess we can peep it from here. The stairs could also be in here. It's just coins. And that actually loops to a dead end. Okay. So it's somewhere on the right side of the room. Only one Pokemon is trying to come up. Okay, so I have Bite Frustration linked. Stop missing the bite, bro. I don't even know why I'm throwing rocks at this thing. It doesn't matter. Just let it run away. Let's try to find the stairs here. Okay. I stepped too far. I could have got a free rock toss. Wait, what? All of a sudden that's doing 0 damage. That's not good. We were just using Bubble Water Gun against Arbok on the previous floor and it was still doing like 30-something damage a hit. Now all of a sudden it's doing 0 damage. Oh, did I get my special attack lowered? Could that be why? I gotta fight through all these idiots? That's fine. That's so annoying. They're all right here like just blocking the stairs. But, you know, we get levels out of it, so we'll take it. Okay. This is where things start to get shiesty though, man. Because this is a really annoying 20 floors until we get to the final 20, which is where all hell breaks loose. I know my defense has been dropped multiple times, but I didn't know my special attack was. Okay, let's just leave. I don't like this floor. Only 2 items on the whole floor. Wow. And there's water, so I have escapability if I need it here, which is good. Yeah, I'll take these all day. Keep them coming. Almost triple digits now in HP. That's annoying because it takes half your HP every time. Okay. Easy does it now. Nope, there's nothing else over there. I'm gonna go this way. I'm just gonna let Furret walk down that way and not even mess with it. The swine has decided to show up. However, we got water attacks for this guy. Damn. That's big damage right there. Sleeping swine. There's just swines everywhere. Alright, I'll go fight them. I was hoping they would go the other way, but they don't want to. So we'll just take them out. I have plenty of elixirs, but it's like, I might as well conserve PP if I can type thing, you know? Just make sure there's no trap blocking the stairs. Okay. Not bad. We definitely have the sauce to get the job done. It's just a matter of, am I going to run into something that I can't control? At any point, you can step on a sleeping trap, right, or get paralyzed. Somebody could throw something at you that could paralyze you, and that's GG's. So luckily, we have this reviver. I'm not taking this oranberry. I'll just eat it. I got too many of them. Grimy food, I could roll the dice with eating. This is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it. Okay, we got lucky. Sandy orb, I'm not going to take that with me. I think cosplay as a Tyranitar and just whip up a sandstorm. Who's this? Metang? I feel like Bite Frustration takes you out. Although, Bite is neutral, because this is Gen 3. But that's definitely enough damage to take it out. Larion, we got water attacks for you, big dog. Don't even need the other one. Okay, so my special attack must have just been lowered on the other floor. Pineco. Get this guy out of my face, man. Another apple is good, because actually my belly was starting to get a little low there. That's why I hit the grimy food, because it was under 100. And now we're like right at 100, so this will put me back to full. Perfect timing for that. Now we gotta play this game. Where are the stairs, man? Oh, okay, I found them. Good. Because we still had only like half the floor uncovered. That could have taken a while right there. 64, baby. We're getting there. No, I don't need... What am I doing? I don't need coins. I already went over that. Oh, right. You can float. Okay. I gotta remember that. If I step in a monster house and there's a bunch of Metangs, they can chase me all over the place. Which, speaking of monster house, I think that's one in the bottom left corner. I'm gonna go ahead and just rip the Luminous. Okay. Let me go top right. But I also kind of curious. What can I see before we step in the monster house? You know. 3 coins and a TM. Oh, I can't. I'd have to go all the way around. Damn. Oh, I can cut through the water, I guess. Nope, it's all blocked off. I'm like hard staring at the mini map, but I want to see what these items are. Okay, whatever. But that's why Luminous is really, really good. How do we get in here? Okay, just, if you get within 1 tile, I was gonna wake that guy up. Don't need to. This is why you kind of want to save Luminous for when you get on some sketchy floors. Ideally, of course, it's best to save it till the end, but I'm having a tough time trying to figure out what to hold and what to leave behind. It's one of the bigger challenges of this. Well, only really when you find good items, right? If you're finding trash a bunch of the times, it makes it pretty easy to make decisions, but because I'm finding so many apples and elixirs, it's kind of been tough today. Whiff specs, garbage. Hail orb, not good. Well, we don't need that either. We're pretty much at full belly. Alright. Oh, I don't like this guy. For some reason, Dugtrio is probably one of the funnier enemies in the dungeon, right? Because everybody knows Dugtrio has really, really bad defenses, right? Bad defenses, bad HP stat in regular Pokemon games. But for some reason in this game, bro is extremely bulky and he's hard to take out. But I am a water type, so that does help. And we're just going to rip this apple too. Let me look at the bag real quick. 6 max elixirs is wild. I probably have to hit one pretty soon. Oh, why am I looking at my experience? Moves. Oh, actually, we don't. Okay. Is 6 max elixirs, like, theoretically, if none spawn the rest of the way, is 6 enough to get me all the way to the end? I think it is, if I'm being real. I think it is. And really, too, like, all this is possible because of the X-ray specs. Without these, the decision-making is so much harder because you don't know where you're going, you know? You don't know how many items are on the floor. You don't know where the enemies are. Like, having the X-ray specs, even if you're not as lucky with apples and elixirs, it gives you a really, really good chance. Because even if you're not strong enough to fight, or don't have the PP to fight, you can still just kind of run around and bob and weave everybody and still find your way to victory here. But what is this floor layout, by the way? What am I looking at here? But the X-ray specs do make it a lot easier. They don't guarantee anything. Oh, there's even... Is there any room? Okay, there's the stairs over here. What was that layout, man? Nothing but hallways and just a couple small rooms. It's weird. Alright. Onward we go. Again, at this point, I'm not really hunting for items because it's been so easy with the X-rays. I'll eat this, but... like, as soon as I find stairs, I'm just taking them at this point. Was Doug Trio with the stairs? He was. Alright, I feel like there's going to be a hidden trap here. Let's just check. I guess not. You never know. For some reason, I was just feeling like a PP0 trap right there, so I had to check for it. Where are we at in this, by the way? About 2.5 hours. I should be able to finish in less than 3. It's probably going to take about a half hour to get to the end. But that's the thing with this game. It could take 15 minutes if I spawn next to the stairs every time. It can also take an hour and a half if we struggle to find the stairs and have to fight through hordes and hordes of enemies. So I feel pretty good about this run, but I've seen runs, and I've even had runs myself that look this good, and then it just falls apart quickly. Super thankful to have that reviver seed on me though, because that might save my ass. Oh, we're in such a bad spot. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the warp scarf here. Warp around a little bit. That was good. Now I gotta swap back to X-rays though, because I was in a dead end and I would have had to walk a very, very long way to kind of get back to this point, so that I could check the other side of the room. I'm gonna get rid of this guy first because he loves to go for Sandstorm and it's just annoying. But it's too bad I couldn't line him up like that. Mega Drain did 2 damage. Excuse me? And Bite Frustration is still hotkeyed. Okay. That's hilarious, bro. Vile Bloom is a joke in this game for some reason. Even if you are water type, you know. Alright, line them up, boys. Come on in. I don't think Water Gun Okos, though, so I don't get the free bubble damage, yeah. Now it will. We Water Gun here. No, okay, never mind. Okay. Well, now I gotta make sure I don't use this to delink. I do have an extra link box, I think. But that was annoying. I just missed so many, I missed 3 water attacks in a row. Might as well just hit this apple, too. I gotta be careful I don't use that last water combo, because if I do, they'll become delinked. But I'm pretty sure I have an extra link box, so it's not the end of the world. But it's almost time to elixir anyway. Oh, okay. I could use Bite Frustration one more time, but at this point, we're just gonna do it. I don't want to miskey something and have the moves delinked, even though I have that spare box on me, but... Vileplume is so pathetic, I'm just going to run for the stairs. See ya. And see, if that happens 30 more times, we win. Okay, cast form. This is actually the first cast form we've seen, which is kind of funny because bro does show up earlier in the dungeon. He's really hard to take out, but I think gives like 570. At this point, we're really, really strong, but... Okay, whatever. Step up, man. Normally, that guy's really hard to take out, but he does give a lot when you get him with the link combo. Or at least tag him with it. I keep saying get him with the link combo as if you have to deliver the final blow, but you don't. No! That sucks. I just elixir too, so it's kind of annoying, but... Whatever. I'll relink before I get to 80. I'm just gonna go. I don't feel like going across the floor for 2 items. That was annoying. We made it cringe. Perfect. Take it out. And same with cast form. Yeah, that even one-shots too, and we hit level 22. Not bad, not bad. Okay. 97 HP. Maybe next level if we can get there. Also, didn't I pick up like a cherry berry? Yeah, let me just eat that. Oh, there's a Kecleon shop here. But if we get +3 again, obviously, we will hit triple digits, which is kind of cool, I guess. Pierce Orb, no. Don't need to use that. Alright, Kecleon might have another Reviver, you never know. Confirmed he does not. But he could have a Frustration or an Attract, so let's see. Taunt, damn it. Radar, Petrify, okay, Petrify I gotta take with me. Over what? Probably either an Orin or a Quick. Let's do that. Let me buy this real quick before Vileplume pulls up and ruins the fun. Also, I could have used my Quick Seed. I don't know why I sold it to bro. That was kind of dumb. Like, I could have just consumed it to make an open space in the bag, but now if I want my Quick Seed back, I have to go buy it from him, so I'm not doing that. Oh no, not Glalie. I hate this guy. Okay, he went the other way. See, this if I was in like, I wouldn't even know there's a room on the far right, but like a red dot just spawned there. But this would be a spot where if you're kind of in the end game, you'd rip a Luminous, because this floor layout just looks disgusting. But I only have that one other Luminous, so I'm going to save it as long as I can. But if something gives me like a weird feeling or whatever, I'm just going to rip it. Okay, what are we doing here? Well, I don't have my Link combo. Or else I'd line these guys up and do it, but... You would. Go for Icy Wind. Ugly ass Pokemon. Get him out of my face, man. Now I gotta wait, because, well, it's about to wear off now, but I was slowed down. Okay, now I returned to normal. So that's why Glalie was flying at me super fast. What is this while I'm here? I do actually like the Pounce Orb. Can I make a spot? I only have 6 rocks left. Maybe I go... Nah, rocks are too good, man. Just for like Chip and Venomoth and stuff like that. 5 Elixirs. I don't need to use one yet. No, not even close. Maybe an apple? No. I like the Pounce Orb, but I can't make a spot for it. Let's just go. Okay, we'll just consume this apple. Totter Orb and Coughing found gravel rocks. If I could find those rocks, I will take them from Coughing. He also might just throw them at me, though. Which I think... Yeah, this is him right here. No, he threw one. But he missed. Okay. Dang it. Only Bubble's the only one that cuts corners. Oh, no. Water Gun does, too. Okay, shiest. He still might throw one rock. Oh, I O-code him. Let's go. We get all 3 of those rocks from him. Not bad. Now I got 9 rocks, which is better than only having 6, obviously. The more of something you have, the better, right? Alright, get this guy out of here. Let's go find the stairs. Come on, baby. Aha. Even before Slacking can get to us. Get outplayed, scrub. Alright. We are approaching the danger zone, though. A Rainy Orb is funny. I'm gonna go ahead and use it. But if I brought this with me, it could power up my water attacks, but I'm not making space for something like that. Okay, free floor, let's take it. But that is kind of funny to find that as a water type. Okay, Mr. Kecleon has decided to show up again. This time with a Totter Seed and Thief. Damn. I don't want any of that. Thanks, but no thanks, Kecleon. Why is there like 500 Pokemon here? The stairs gotta be over here, man. Let me use a rock and try to take it out with a water gun. Can I? Oh, I hit the wrong button. I was gonna say, can I Oko you with a water gun? Oh yeah, 135 damage is crazy. Alright, I feel like if there's ever that many Mons around one room, that's usually where the stairs are, but not the case today. Quick Seed, just go ahead and eat it. And I might as well go check top left because there's an item over there, but something tells me the stairs are going to be on the right side of the map. Blinker I'm not going to take with me. Yep, if they're not in this room, then I was right about the right side. Okay. Slacking. Well, I guess we are going to have to fight you. It's annoying having Bubble as the one that got PP0'd because that's the attack that has range on it, you know? Basically, in that situation, I could have softened up. This is annoying, but Because I'm going to get put to sleep on this next step here. But there's nobody that close, so it's okay. Because I could have softened him up with a bubble, you know, and then finished him with the link combo right there. Damn, I get the max. That had to be like the max turn of sleep, too. That was crazy. Coughing, I don't care if I can find the stairs. Oh, I went the wrong way, damn it. Oh. I want to see if I could save some PP and just get out of here. Water gun triggers poison point? Are you trolling right now? What? That doesn't even make sense. There ain't no way water gun is a contact move, man. Well. Oh, I dropped that quick seed too. Okay, hold on, hold on. Oh, no. It's all the way in the top right. I could try some warp scarf shenanigans. I will for a little bit. That didn't get me very close. Okay. There we go. I gotta take it off though, because if I head for the stairs, I will warp out of here again. No! Get me out of this floor. See, like Pokemon traps like that. If like there was another one right there where I would have got put to sleep and all those Pokemon are surrounding me, that's it. That's GG's, buddy. You know what I mean? So like even though things are looking good, it can go sideways real quick. And it happens a lot. So we got a long way to go here before we're out of the forest. Now, if we can get all the way to the end, only the first time that you get to the end in a playthrough with a save file, you know, there is a little surprise at the end. This is the only way in the game to recruit Celebi. And again, going back to the base playthrough or like the other playlist on my YouTube channel, this is a recruit 'em all playthrough. So the goal, well, it's two separate. It's gonna be two separate playlists on YouTube, but one for Purity Forest, one for the recruit 'em all playthrough. But in order to recruit all 386, I have to at least win Purity Forest one time in my career, so that we can recruit Celebi, who is waiting at the end. With that being said, though, Celebi is only there like the first. Well, I guess you could say no, but the first time you get to the end of Purity Forest facade, we're gonna say no to that one. Celebi is there waiting for you on floor 99. However, I think you can say no. Petroscarf is funny because of the poison point, but we're out of here. But of course I'm gonna say yes when we get there with Squirtle, right? Because that was the Pokemon that we did the main story with. I might as well just water gun again. I'm so confused why water gun triggers poison point, bro. That was just like in my playthrough of I'm also playing through the Pokemon Emerald Battle Frontier right now. And can I get okay, we can take him out with that. We're almost to floor 80, by the way, so I gotta finish what I'm trying to say here. In the Pokemon Emerald Battle Frontier, I used Overheat with a Houndoom, and it triggered Static. Like, how does Overheat make contact? By the way, oh, those are both really good. Oh, man. I don't know if I can make space for both these orbs. I'm standing on a mobile orb, so this lets you walk through walls. That could definitely save your ass. Decoy Orb is also good. It turns Pokemon into like a substitute doll, and then all the other Mons like beat up the substitute and lets you walk away for free, basically. But Mobile Orb is better because I can walk through the walls. But how do I make space for this? Do I need to Elixir yet? I still don't. And this, by the way, this is the last floor until we enter the final biome. Floors 80 through 98. Again, Celebi's on 99, so we don't actually have to get through that floor. We just have to make it all the way through 98. Man, I need to take this. Would 4 elixirs be enough to get me to the end? Probably. Oh, you know what I can do? I can elixir now and link box. That would let me pick up both. But I could also save the link box. I don't know. That's a tough call. I'm gonna save the link box because I feel like I'm gonna step on a PP0 trap in the last 20 floors, just in case. Oh, we can. Oh, okay, just an apple. I mean that sucks, but that's the next candidate to get dropped. All right, here we go. Okay, first one's free. We'll take it. Again, let me look up who are the enemies in here because there's a couple. The first 2 floors are free and then another link box. Well, that's some insane luck. There's some Pokemon I hate in this section. Okay, so let's talk about it real quick. So the two biggest threats are Parasect and Venomoth. Venomoth for the Silver Wind attack, because it can hit you anywhere within the same room. If you're in the same room with Venomoth, it's like Bubble. It can hit you from far away. But it doesn't even, like, Bubble still is only a straight line. Silverwind can hit you anywhere in the same room. And Parasect is annoying because he puts you to sleep. So a lot of times you want to use the Insomnoscope when you go to the stairs in case you spawn in with Parasect in the next floor. So I gotta remember that. But in addition to that, the other Pokemon that I absolutely hate is Shuppet, who only spawns between 81 and 84. So this is the first Shuppet floor, but we're leaving. Parasect doesn't... Oh, it is... Parasect's here like the whole time. So I'm going to give the Insomnoscopes every time I step through the stairs, if I remember. But it's going to get so intense that I'm going to make some mistakes. And that's exactly why. Because... let me actually hit him with a Bubble. And then kill him with Bite Frustration. I'm not dealing with this guy. You see, like, you do 0 damage at this point of the dungeon. Okay, then we go over to X-Rays. Okay. So, just like Silverwind with Venomoth, Parasect can rip Spore at any point in the room. He doesn't need to be right next to you. Okay, this is a sleeping Pokemon up here. That's another. It's 2 Parasect. Okay, I kind of want to go for that apple, but I have to do same thing in Insomnoscope. See, he's already going for Spore. See, he just sits here and rips Spore, and then once he puts you to sleep, then he's gonna come hit you with Leech Life and stuff like that. No, and he has Effect Spore. This is so bad. Huh? Okay, we got a problem. We have a problem. Swap this for the Sticky Big Apple. We need to find the stairs right now. I can go up and not wake up that one. Okay, Camera Up is here too. If I step into a big room though, I gotta swap over to the Insomnoscope. Okay, stairs. Whew! I think I just need to hit an Oranberry while I'm at it. Wait, that was dumb. I should have hit it. I should have hit it once I went to the next floor, but again, Insomnoscope and go. Okay, I didn't take any more Poison Chip. Bro, this is where I start to make mistakes. Okay, that could be a Parasect over there. So we're gonna soften you up. And never mind. Straight up Oko. It's a Ponyta. Ponyta also has Runaway. So it's whatever. And you can go ahead and run away. I could care less. X-rays go back on. It also, Ponyta picked up a bad item, so I don't care. Okay, those are coins. I'd rather not. Bro, stop. Please, with the poison. I also gotta watch to make sure Parasect doesn't come in the room here while I'm here. That was a really big room, so I can get put to sleep from wherever. Heal Seed, please. Stun Seed, okay. Aha. This is why I don't like Shuppet, because you cannot hit these ghost Pokemon through the wall. You have to wait for them to pull up to you. Let's use this and then Bite Frustration and it'll take it out. Okay. I hate being poisoned, bro. And I used my other, or I think I tossed all the heal seeds that I had. This is where things go downhill, I'm telling you. Okay, Grimer doesn't see me. Keep going that way, stupid. Perfect. This big room is so sketch. Okay. I gotta take the citrus with me over the stun seed. Swap to the Insomnoscope and go. Woo! Oh, wow. And that is why you swap to the Insomnoscope right there. Because there's 5 Pokemon in this room. And if any of them were Parasect, they would put me to sleep. Agility is also really, really bad. I could go Quick Seed, but these guys can keep using Agility. I have 3 Petrifies. I think I Petrify. This is not even a monster house, you know, but like, if that Porygon keeps ripping Agility, they're gonna catch me before I can get to the stairs. Because Quick Seed only gives me double speed, but you can go up to like +3 and +4 speed. It's just gonna Agility over and over again. I don't like ripping a Petrify like this, but I'm going to because I don't even have that much health. This is really bad. I gotta do it. What is this item, by the way? Okay. We'll go for it because it's safe at the moment. Do I need to use it? No, I don't. And I still have Insomnoscope on. Okay. That was sketch because agility guys are here. Porygon 2 is one of them and Scizor is the other one. Okay. We spawn in with the stairs. We're getting really lucky with the stairs. However, it's Parasect plus somebody here. Oh, this is what we have Bubble for. Ponyta. Okay, we tripped Runaway on Ponyta. Now we just gotta deal with this idiot. Okay. Biting Bite Frustration gets him, I think. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Woo! Now, I've been wearing this Insomnoscope the whole time. That's why I can't see everything else on the floor, but this is working, this is working. I still have Citrus Berry, but I can't use it yet. Well, that's good damage. Okay. As long as we hit Frustration, I think he'll go down. The bite helps, but... Okay. And we hit 23. Do we hit 100 HP? No, we got 99. What am I learning at 23? Rapid Spin? No. Trash. Okay. We're going to throw on the X-Ray specs. If I can get back to full health, we can use the Citrus Berry to go from 99 to 101 HP, which isn't noteworthy. It'd just be cool to hit triple digits. The fact that we even hit level 23 in this dungeon, that's impressive. I don't think we're going to get to level 24. I'm not going to try, but we might find a Joy Seed. You never know. Also, X-Ray specs will let me know if there's like Kecleon shops, which confirm there's not. I don't like this layout. If there was more enemies than just 2, this is probably a candidate where I rip Luminous Orb. This we eat. Oranberry I could use to get back to full and then rip the Citrus. But I can also get back there. I'm just going to Hunger Heal in the room. Like an idiot, I just used that apple too. You know what? That was a bad idea. I should have Hunger Healed to full, then used the apple after I drained my belly. But let's do Citrus. Let's get to 101. Let's try to find the stairs. Good luck, have fun. A third enemy spawned in now, which is sketch. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the run. We definitely have the resources to do this. That could be a Joy Seed. You never know. Okay. I gotta hold on to that. But as long as the mushroom is around, which he only lasts until 89 is the last floor of Parasect. But as long as that guy's here, man, this is really, really sketchy. By the way, when does Venomoth show up? I think 86 is the first floor. It is. So Venomoth is 86 to 98. Oh, I don't like this layout. Is the stairs going to be down there? Yeah, the stairs are right here. That's so bad. And I need to keep the Insomnoscope on because I don't know who these Pokemon are. What are they doing? There's just 3 of them in a... Okay, it's 2 of these guys plus who? Oh, maybe the third one is sleeping because it's not moving. But this guy right here does have Comet Punch. Again, another multi-hit move, so it's very, very threatening. I think that third mon is sleeping actually. Yeah, it hasn't moved the whole time. It has to be sleeping. Okay, I think we're safe. That's a Soul Rock anyway. I don't want this Doom Seed in my bag. I was just holding it so nobody threw it at me and set me backwards a level. But now we can toss it and move on. 87, man. We're close. We're close. I should have wore the Insomnoscope. I forgot. But I think if we Bubble and Link combo this guy, that might be enough. Oh, yeah. That's big damage on Bubble. That guy's annoying, though, because he does blow up. Big Apple on Venomoth. Okay. Okay. I'm going to use Water Gun because that should finish it off. We could save a Bite Frustration. I don't need the Insomnoscope yet. So Parasect can only put you to sleep when he's in the same circle as you, which when you're in a room, the circle lights up the whole room, right? But in a hallway like this, he has to be like right on top of me in order to click Spore. So we're free just to click Bubble. Get some incoming chip on him. probably shouldn't use all my bubbles, but I'm going to anyway. Okay, now I need a rock. Then we do this and kill him with Bite Frustration. I missed the bite, but that's why I threw the rock. Okay, we're getting to 103 HP, which is good. Oh, I guess I had space in the bag. Eat it. Also, how many elixirs? Oh, I have 5. Okay, I'm gonna hit another one to get those bubbles back, I think. I guess I can get to the stairs first. We got a long way to go with this floor, it looks like. 5 elixirs is more than enough for like the last 12 floors, but again, PP0 traps can make that go very quickly. Parasect is here until 89. Okay, so let's Insomnoscope. Let's Elixir. And go. This is a really, really premature Elixir. Do I Link too? I kind of want to Link. But then I can't really bubble stuff like from a distance. This is a really, really premature elixir, but because I have 5 of them, that's kind of a surplus. I'm going to do it. But I'm not going to get too reckless with the elixirs. Okay. No Parasect in here. We can swap to X-Rays. Really not even that many enemies. And they're all over there. Okay. I'm not going to lie, this is really, really good luck thus far. Because this place gets very, very sketchy. And we're about to enter the final mushroom floor here on 89. Then we don't have to worry about Insomnoscope. Then it's X-Ray Specs the whole rest of the way. Okay, there's no Parasect in here. We go back to X-Rays. Yeah, we finally got a Kecleon. He's got some crazy stuff at this point of the game. So let's go check it out. I'm gonna have to fight some of these scrubs though. Honestly, Weezing is not that much of a threat. I feel like 2 water guns will get it. Okay, he just went for he didn't even go for a real attack. He just went for the regular one. Didn't do much damage. Altaria. Alright, I'll Bite Frustration you. Okay, it takes it out. He's back for more. The final Parasect. Well, final floor. We might see a couple more before we get out of here, but... Alright, let me see what Kecleon's got. He's got some crazy stuff usually at this point. Bullet Seed again. Classic. Warp Scarf. Sometimes he has like the mobile scarf, which will just let you walk through walls. Okay, Stamina Band. The shop was shit. I don't need to fight these guys, honestly. I could just go back around. Well, at least Parasect saw me, though. He gonna chase. But we got a decent little head start on him. Plus, the more damage they take, the better for me. Oh, there's a Venomoth. Not good, not good. I'm gonna run for it. Don't go for Silver Wind. Okay, we found the stairs. Okay. And that's also the final... It should be the final Parasect. I don't know if there's anybody else to put me to sleep. But I'll just still carry the Insomnoscope with me. It's whatever, but we don't have to put it on every time now. And this is why you hold, especially with Scizor, man. This is why you hold the Petrifies. They always spawn you in a monster house. It's hella annoying. Parasect found an elixir. I didn't see where that was on the map. By the way, should I take out this cast form? Honestly, I might be able to hit 24. I'm gonna do it. Dusclops is hella annoying, by the way. We haven't seen this guy yet, but he does have pressure. Just absolutely drain your PP. Wait. It said Parasect's only on 80 to 89. What are you talking about? What is this website? I missed the bubble. I think this is the Parasect with the elixir, but whatever. Get me out of here, man. Who's this? Okay, yeah. Confused Pokemon. There's the stairs. Easy money, baby. Get me out of here. No! It's a link box. Damn it. Okay. Oh, I never relinked, huh? Whatever. I have hella space in the bag. It don't matter. Let's just go on. Get me out of there with the monster house. We have one more Petrify left. Right? Yeah. And a Luminous. If I can save the Luminous for floor 98, I'm going to do it. But if I have to rip it, I have to rip it. Sticky link box sucks because I'm not going to find another thing. Now, this guy is a douche. Again, because of... I missed the bite, too. Because of pressure. It's just so annoying, bro. But this is the luxury of having a whole bunch of max elixirs. We can kind of, you know, counter that. But if you get to this point in the game and buddies start showing up, it gets very, very annoying because you'll run out of PP super fast. Sticky apple, whatever. Just leave it behind. Who's chasing me? There's still Parasect? Oh, no. And Moth. Okay, hold on. I have to stun one of these or warp out. I can't even stun. My only stunning option is Petrify. See, this is really why you need Attract. Why Attract is such a good TM. Interesting. If I put on the Warp Scarf, sometimes you warp like the first turn. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 turns. So this is not good. I have to figure out how to get myself out of this situation. Because Moth can smoke me with Silver Wind. Although I should have KO'd Moth. I shouldn't have turned around. I could throw a rock at it and try to bite Frush. I need to kill it before he gets here. Okay, okay. We'll take it out right here. It didn't actually go for... Oh, I might get put to sleep, though. I messed up. Leech Life does so much damage. Plus 32 recovery. I could Quick Seed to ensure I KO him, but I would like to hold this if I can. Because the alternative, if I go for Bite Frustration and he lives, he'll definitely live if I miss Bite, but... even if I hit both, I think he might live, and he would KO me with another Leech Life, or put me to sleep and then KO me with Leech Life anyway. So I think I have to burn Quick Seed. It's not ideal, but see, I missed anyway. But now it lets me use it twice before he gets to move again. Dang it, that was my last Quick Seed. Let's use a rock to soften you up and then take you out. Okay, so the Wikipedia website for Rescue Team is clearly wrong because it said Parasect is only here from 80 to 89. Maybe they meant to type 98 and typed it backwards. But we find the stairs. Oddly enough, I could actually Hunger Heal here. There's nobody in the room. I'm going to put on the Insomnoscope and Hunger Heal. Never mind, Dusclops just spawned right here. Although I do have a bunch of elixirs. I kind of want to get to full before I move on. So maybe we take this guy out. Try to Hunger Heal a little bit more. I don't want to fight him because it's draining my PP, but... Oh, shit, that's a Moth. What am I doing? Get me out of here, man. Okay. We spawn in with Moth. Do I have anything to stun it with? I'm looking for like stun seeds or hunger seeds or whatever. There could be one right next to me, but... I'm just going to Bite Frustration it, try to make it cringe, but I didn't. Okay. It did not Silver Wind. I think Silver Wind would kill me from this range. Life Seed, nice. Eat it. 106 HP, okay. I'm going to Hunger Heal a little bit. I should do it with the X-Rays, though. Who is this? Oh, Mr. Agility guy. I don't like this guy. But I think if we bubble him, I think... Oh, he's got quick attack. Okay. I can't even use my Link combo again. I have to Elixir. Okay. Do I Elixir now? I have so many of them. I might as well. I got 4, right? Yeah. I gotta rip it. Because my Link box is sticky. If it becomes delinked, there's no way to relink. Unless I found a cleanse, but... Let's be real, a cleanse orb ain't gonna happen. Okay, I have 4 big apples. We hit one now because it's safe. And do I have a citrus berry? No, only Orin. I walked too far. Uh-oh. Don't use Leech Life. Wake up, Squirtle. Wake up. Right now, I can't even use... Okay, I woke up. I can't even use my Orin berry while I'm in that state. Oh, I walked too far. I didn't even look at the minimap to see him coming. I do have the Reviver. But at this point, putting on the Insomnoscope lets him attack. So there's no point. I have to go for Bite Frustration which I can because I elixired. And hopefully I make him cringe. If not, I probably die here. But also, if I switch to the warp scarf, I don't have it. He gets another chance to attack before I can walk away. So I think it's just bite frustration. I missed anyway. Crap. Okay. Oh, he didn't attack. I gotta do it again. Yes, we hit the bite. Now he'll die. Okay. Oranberry hit it. Holy moly, man. I did not see that guy coming. He came out of nowhere. Also, because I'm poisoned, I might actually rip the Luminous. What did I just pick up? Oh, no way. It was another Luminous. I just found the stairs, too, so we're good, but... I got lucky. That was sketch. Okay, now we can Luminous a couple times. With this many enemies, I think I rip one now. Where are the stairs? Okay. Venomoth found Thief? Well, good for frickin' Venomoth. I don't care. Also, I will get pinched. So I kind of have to fight through this. Oh, I slowed it. Perfect. And Venomoth is going the other way like a dumbass. Well, at least for the moment. Okay. Let's finish off the cast form. We hit 24. Not bad. I did not think I was going to get this high in level. I thought maybe like 20 to 21 would be realistic. But because we were linked up for so long, that's the power of it. Okay, we just got to deal with wheezing, and then I think we're home free to the stairs. By the way, oh, this did like just cross the 3-hour mark too. That's crazy. I didn't think it was going to take this long. But it's because it was like the first time recording it for YouTube, you know, so I wanted to go slower than normal and kind of explain everything. But, oh no, not agility guy. Wait, if I do this, that forces him to move up. Okay, I made him cringe, so now we can kill him with a water gun. Okay, good. No, that's so bad. That's so bad. Okay, so with confusion, I can't control what direction I'm walking, so I might re-step on this tile. I could hunger heal it off, but as soon as somebody comes in the room, then I can't. So I kind of want a warp scarf just somewhere random. Okay, I got the warp scarf off. And it was right from where that Pokemon came from, which is funny. Okay. Got lucky. And both these guys are going the other way, too, which is even luckier. Well, because it could be Venomoth, it is. I can't get too close because of Silver Wind. So I bubble it from deep. And then as soon as it gets close enough, we'll take it out. Okay, I slowed it so I can just take it out now. And we get some free bubbles on Scissor. Not bad. Bro, imagine Scissor clicking agility. It gives the boost to Venomoth as well. So that thing could just sit here and click Silver Wind like 2 times in a row. That would definitely take me out, guaranteed. Alright, Flygon has now entered the chat. I see you, buddy. This is why we got Bubble, man. Shoutouts to Bubble. Making this a hell of a lot easier. Not having a ranged option makes it really, really hard. It just does. I gotta get out of the big room in case they both step into it. Okay, I can deal with Flygon. But really, like, having Bubble, this ranged option has made this a lot easier, too. In conjunction with everything else, right? Apples, Elixirs, I sound like a broken record, I know, but... It really does make all the difference here. Okay. No stairs, but we got an item. A switcher, but it's sticky. Just leave it here. No stairs here either. So they're all the way in the bottom left. I don't know who this Mon is, though. It could be Moth. Oh, I made a bad play. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, confusion. Oh, that's bad. I can still throw items. What happened there after I hit it with a bite? Like it made some. Oh, you know what? I think it was gonna flinch, but maybe Venomoth has shield dust. All right, man. Preventing like secondary effects, you know. I didn't see what the note said on the bottom, but it flashed a message like bite secondary effect didn't kick in, which I was confused like why it even said that. Okay, the stairs have to be down here. It's the only other option for a room. So that's pretty free. And now we're about to hit 95. Okay, should I apple? I don't need to apple. Oh, I do have a blast seed too. We can consume that when we're confused, actually, to deal with moth. Okay, let's go. 95. We have a luminous for 98. So we gotta get through basically 3 floors. This is so bad. Prevents belly from filling if his team leader... I was trying to think if this would also put it in a famished state, but I don't think it does. I have to bite frustration, hope for a flinch. Alright, I got it. The cringe. Yes. Eat shit, Parasect. Okay, Parasect is still here at 95, so clearly bro's gonna be here the duration of the entire 80s and 90s. So the wiki was definitely wrong about that, but it's okay. That's kind of what also makes this game so fun, is like there's really not a lot of information out there about this game, you know? Because it was kind of an obscure game, not that many people played it. And could this be a monster house over here? Let me also get some distance so I get some free bubbles in on moth. That's why, especially because you miss. Yeah, so sometimes you try to look up information and stuff about this game and it's not always correct. Like, you'll get different info on different websites. Okay, this is a really big room, which could be bad if that's a Parasect down there. Also, if it's a Venomoth. I'm kind of trolling being in here. Okay, another decoy orb is interesting. I could use that if I get in a pickle. I could actually use it now. No, not because... No. We'll fight this guy. That'd be a good use of the decoy, right? To turn him into a substitute doll, because I think they stay that way forever. Okay, I found the stairs. Nice. But, he would have blocked the hallway, and I would have had to walk all the way around, so that's why I didn't do it. I'm going to put the Insomnoscope on. At this point, I feel like Parasect's going to be here the whole way. Okay, nobody in the room. We swapped to X-ray. Okay. Something's telling me to go left, so that's where I'm going to go. Good for Parasect and his warp seed. I hope you consume it and warp somewhere that's a dead end. Okay, gut instinct was wrong, but you never know. Well, I guess I'll go in here and fight the Tropius. I didn't really want to, but... probably take him out with this after we soften him up with a rock. Okay, I made him cringe anyway. Grimy food, don't care. What got sealed? Damn it. I really need to find the stairs now. Okay, we found the stairs. I need to check for a sleep tile because the whole squad is pulling up here. This could be bad. Okay. 97, man. We got to get through 97 blind, and then we're going to Luminous on 98, and we win. I think I Petrify. And if I walk into a monster house on here or 98, I'm just going to have to deal with it. But there's no way I could deal with 2 mushrooms. It had to be done. Also, because I forgot to put the Insomnoscope on when I spawned in here, like an idiot. But now I have no Petrify, so if we find a monster house, I have no choice but to fight through it. I could take these thorns, they might come in handy. Also, I could use the mobile orb here to walk through the wall, because I really don't feel like going all the way back around. Although those Parasect are, they're stunned for it. Oh no, Warp Scarf. If I warp into a monster house, we're cooked. But I'm willing to roll the dice. That might be a moth. Oh, okay, I don't know what it was. Get me out of here. Okay. Did we do it? We're getting there. Holy moly. Okay, Insomnoscope. Just in case what just happens again. Or I spawn in with double mushroom. But this is it, man. Of course you're here. Of course. Okay, so if I back up at an angle, I can get a free bubble. My last bubble, but that's okay. I have a bunch of elixirs. And then as long as bite hits, we'll kill him. Okay. Now, we Luminous to find the stairs. Interesting floor layout. Okay. We did it. Just gotta kill one more Pokemon. What is this, by the way? I'll grab it for the hell of it. Claydol, don't care. See ya, bud. Actually, you know what? Because you're following me, we're gonna sauce you up a little bit. Don't follow me, man. Water gun for the win. And ladies and gentlemen, we have finally beaten Purity Forest. Let's go, man. Look at that. So we're gonna end with level 24, almost level 25. You know what? Just to stun on them, I'm gonna take out these last two enemies and get to 25 because I can. Because we will probably never play this game again with having a Pokemon this powerful. Let me make sure this guy sees me and comes at me here. But it could be Venomoth, so yeah, of course. So I wasn't really trying to find out the hard way here. Let's use these thorns. And this, I don't think this is enough to grow the level. It's not. So we're gonna have to go fight somebody else. But we did it. Oh, Salamence is pulling up, huh? Okay. We got the first career dub in Purity Forest for the YouTube channel. Alright, bro. Will this dumbass moth turn around, by the way? Like, how do you not know that I'm hitting you behind with the, I'm smoking that thing from behind with, what's it called? Whatever. And it didn't even, bro didn't even turn around. Okay, 445 on Mence is crazy. And there we go, baby. 25, 111 HP. You already know. Just kind of curious what the final stats looking like here. That's why I really wanted to hit that level. Whoops. So 6,400 to get to 26, but we end up, wow, the offenses ended up not only catching the defensive stats, but even passing them. So we're ending in the 40s on everything, which is pretty cool. And level 25, I mean, that's noteworthy because I might never get that high again. That's pretty crazy. And look at this, we gotta fight one more moth to get the job done. I have 2 more rocks, let's use them. And then we bite frustration and we head to the stairs for the win, man. Easy money, baby. Celebi, how you doing? I would like to know if you would like to join Team Turtle, as we need to recruit all 386. Oh, there's someone there. Who could it be? It's the time travel Pokemon Celebi. Shoutouts Joe Merrick, Cerebi.net. Ever since day one, this has been the channel mascot for Cerebi. So this is for you, Joe, right here. Celebi wants to join the team. Allow Celebi to join? Absolutely. Welcome to Team Turtle. Hell yeah, man. That was sick. We actually got this clear. Crazy, crazy amount. Level 45, too, is pretty cool. No, I'm not going to give it a nickname. Crazy, crazy amount of elixirs and apples today. Noteworthy because I'm not going to get that lucky. Well, definitely not every time, but it's going to be a long time before we find that many apples and elixirs again. Damn. Level 25. With X-ray specs, too. And frustration. Hell of a run. It really was. And now we recruit Celebi, too. Still not even close to all 386, but we're well on our way. We don't need to save yet. The one cool thing, too, about this place is whatever items, if you do end up winning, all the items you take with you out of the dungeon. So we get some free, you know, elixirs, revivers, even an extra X-ray specs because I'm still wearing them. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I thought that said plain seed. I was like, I never used my reviver, but it's plain ribbon. I don't even remember picking that up on the last floor. I got so damn excited, we just kind of blew through everybody. So yeah, we found a reviver, which doesn't even happen that much, but ended up not even needing it anyway. Also, all the cash you find in there does carry over as well, so we get 20k in cash for free. Well, not for free. I had to fight my way through that forest, but that's pretty cool. We'll use that to buy more friend areas and whatnot, but I guess I'll just hit the YouTube outro from this point here. I'm not going to go sell all the items and whatnot, but this is a legendary gaming moment, as it's very, very hard to get Pokemon through Purity Forest. You can go watch either Picaspri or Whom, the two people that play Purity Forest the most on YouTube and Twitch, and you'll see, like, you know, how hard they struggle to get Pokemon through the forest. So with that being said, I got really, really lucky today, and I'm going to keep streaming this, and eventually, years from now, this is going to have a lot of episodes in the YouTube playlist, but it's going to be few and far between when we get clears. Basically going to need that much luck that I had today in terms of items, and not only, you know, enough good items, but really the key items like Frustration, X-Ray Specs, and then the apples and elixirs. So that's not going to happen every time. So we're all going to enjoy this moment. And remember that this is how it feels when you find good items, because it's going to be a struggle going forward. But I'm going to keep coming in here on Sundays, testing my luck with the forest. And we're going to take various Pokemon through it, right? Of course, I had to get Squirtle as the first clear. And I think I'm going to try my hardest to get Trico as the second clear. But if we fail with Trico multiple times, we'll start just trying other random Pokemon. But it would be pretty cool to have Squirtle be the first and Trico be the second. And then we'll just take random Mons in from there. But obviously, because Trico was our buddy throughout the main playthrough. With all that being said, though, this is going to be the conclusion of the first of many, but as of now, only the first of the Purity Forest clears. I don't even know what I'm going to title this playlist in YouTube, but I'll figure that out after the fact. Ended up taking, you know, about 3 hours and 15 minutes, 3:20, something like that. This is kind of a juicer of an episode, but it's all going to be worth it, man. Because these videos do pretty good on YouTube, because it's really hard to get Pokemon to clear the forest. So good dubs, good job Squirtle. But with all that being said, this is going to be the end of the episode. So to anybody that is finding this video in the future on YouTube, thank you very much. I do appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're a fan of Squirtle, because that means, you know, you probably enjoyed it more than people that would prefer Bulbasaur or Charmander. But Squirtle is the best starter of the Gen 1 trio. With all that being said, this is going to be the end of the video. So again, I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope that wherever you go for the rest of the day after watching this video, that you have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch you back on the next one. All right? Have a good day. Peace.